Was good. Was good. So you guys see the title. Um, yeah, I want to speak on this. There's quite a few things I want to talk to you guys about time speeding up. Yeah. One thing with me is I notice patterns in life, and when you study life, you're able to actually see a lot. You're actually able to get a lot more information when you study life and you read life like a book. That's why I tell you guys it's always important to read life like a book because, like, this whole time accelerating thing, I knew this shit was gonna happen. Like, months ago, I was telling you niggas this that time is gonna be speeding up and the whole concept of time is gonna change. I've been telling you guys this, and you didn't really hear nobody really speaking about this. Even when I looked up time speeding up, and I would just look to see other people talking about it. I never really heard nobody really speak on it. But it's funny because I'll say within the last 3 to 4 weeks, probably like the last 3 to 4 weeks, it's really accelerated because I told you as every 2 months, the time speeds up. You're gonna feel an increase in acceleration of time speeding up every 2 months. You'll feel it. And it's funny, this last 3 to 4 weeks, it really increased extremely. Like, this shit really increased, and it's increased so much. I actually typed in. I was like, let me look this shit up, see if anyone's speaking about this. I looked it up. Time speeding up. I see this channel. I don't want to give. I was about to say the channel's name, but I don't even really remember it. But I'm glad I don't remember it because I was going to say the channel's name. But it's a New Age Masonic channel. You can tell it's a New Age Masonic channel because of how they the presentation. It has a very um it has a certain type of presentation that you'll be able to tell once you know what you're looking for. So I can tell it's a Masonic channel because the way they say things, the way everything is presented, the way everything is, like, they have everything in a certain fashion. And the last, I would say, within a week, this channel has been talking about time speeding up because I typed in time speeding up. I was like, let me see if anyone's speaking about this. The same channel. This is a Masonic channel, Masonic New Age channel. There's plenty of them. It's talking about time speeding up and how the acceleration of time, and it is telling you their version of it. It's not telling you the real reason because, to be honest, it's really no reason. It's not for you to even say time speeding up. You're Because time is a man-made construct. You guys got to understand that. You would not know of time if a man didn't create it. So when they give you a reason of why time is speeding up, it's bullshit because time doesn't exist. The only reason time exists is because man made it. And the reason man made time was to calculate the distance and the space within objects. So how long does it take from this object to get here within space? That's all really time was, and that's for human beings. It's not for animals. You don't tell a fucking beaver what time it is, or it's 6:45. So that's for humans, and any human who wants to even participate in it. Because if you were a multi-billionaire and you had money, your bills paid, and everything was on automatic, reoccurring payments, and you didn't have to do anything, you wouldn't be worrying about time. So, like I said, time is a man-made. So when you see time is speeding up, what's really speeding up is not even nothing speeding up. It's just the you call it vibration, but we're in the Aquarius stage. We're in a different time. So the way things function, the way even the plants and the animals is going to be different. There's this one OG because I there's people out here who aren't spiritual, and I would talk to these people sometimes, or they'll talk to me, and then they'll be saying things that the fact that they said that and they're not spiritual, that's like a gem. So sometimes I be getting gems from some of these bots that don't know shit because they'll be saying, I'm like, how would you know? In my mind, I'm like, how would you know this if you're not into this? But that shows me that what I'm saying is actually true because this one nigga I seen, he was talking to me and he was like, oh, the flowers didn't blossom this year like they normally blossom. And then there was a farmer dude who was talking about how he grew his elderberry for his he makes a cough syrup. There's one old dude who makes a cough syrup, and the elderberries are supposed to come in at a certain time. They didn't come in, so it's weird. Like, shit is changing because in this new time that we're coming in, we don't need a lot of shit. It's a different time. This is if you're on the right frequency vibration. This is one of the reasons I'm thinking um things cost more money, and the quality of products suck. Everything sucks now. Movies suck, food sucks. Anything that the Matrix presents, anything that takes time to produce, and the Matrix releases it at a certain date after time of production, that product sucks because they have less time to produce it and to put energy into it. So, like, things, the quality of everything is trash. That's why all the movies are trash. The games are trash. The food is trash. The clothing, like, everything is like even like, I remember every 10 years, every 15 years, they used to change the rap music. They used to change the dressing. Niggas still dressing like they were like 2015. The rap hasn't changed because we in a different time right now. A lot of the creativity is not a lot of people have as much creativity as they do. There's people that do have it, but we're at a time where you're either accelerating, going up, or you're going down. There's no in between, and time plays a big factor into this because now with time accelerating like this is, anybody that says that this is a problem is not really a problem, because if you're on the right alignment, this is actually a good time because you can actually get more done because it's still 24 hours. So whatever you're working on, it's going to still manifest as if you were working on it. Because if you're doing something positive, you're still going to get the same result, if not better. If you're doing something negative, this is when you're going to feel like time is actually, there's not enough time to do anything, and you're not going to really feel fulfilled. And this is where a lot of people are going to die not accomplishing their life, because right now everybody thinks they have a lot of time. But in reality, time doesn't exist. It really doesn't. Even the life and death and you thinking you're going to live to 80, all of that shit is out the window. We're in a different time now. Who said you're going to live to 80? For all you know, nigga, life expectancy for most people could go to fucking 40 or 50, especially Gen Z talking about anti-natalists and they don't want to live and all the shit they put into food. Most motherfuckers may not even live to 60, or it could be opposite. Motherfuckers going to be living in like 140, 150 because they practicing certain spiritual techniques, regenerating the organs. So we're at a different time where you're going to start seeing a lot of people leave early, live longer. All this, what you think life is going to be changed within the next 3 to 5 years. It's going to be a different world we live in it. And they're going to start bringing out technology as well. And the funny thing about a lot of that technology is they're going to be bringing out technology to make the physical body better. But if you're doing Qigong and getting your own technology right with the energy practices, you don't need any of that. You can get that naturally. You'll be in a more state because they're going to have certain tech where you put a chip in your brain and it gives you a lot of bliss and happiness. Why the fuck would you need that if you can just get it from just being a breatharian? So like I said, this is why it's good to be on, find your purpose, find your path, and stick to it right now. You can't fuck around right now. There's no time for wasting anymore. Like, you can't even, like, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you can talk about, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, at this point you should have been already done it and in the middle of it, if not been done it. If you haven't done anything yet and you just talking about, well, I'm gonna do this, or I haven't done this, or I'm waiting, you're wasting hell of time. You're wasting a lot of time, and it's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Things are going to get more expensive. Time's going to move a lot quicker. It's going to get to a point, though, where, because right now what's going to happen is they're going to probably crash the economy. They're trying to crash the economy. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. The time that we're in right now, the way the world is, they're laying everybody off, time accelerating. It's not the end of anything. We just transitioning to a different type of life, because you guys think life is what you've been experiencing. Life is really deeper than that. At the end of the day, the only thing you can say that you experience, the only thing you can say that you got from life is you've experienced and you were aware. That's really the only thing. You experienced and you were aware. You were conscious or aware. I would even like to say aware. It's deeper than consciousness, because conscious is, you could be conscious of different things, but everybody's aware. An idiot, a retard is aware, just like a genius. A retard is aware because he's able to move his hands, being able to move and all that. So awareness is the only thing that really you get here. So we going into a new time where you're still going to have your awareness. You're still going to have your consciousness or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're still going to have that. You're going to have experience. And that's really the only thing that matters. Everything else, time speeding up or time slowing down or this money here, all that don't mean shit. The experience and the awareness and you getting what you need to get done, because that has nothing to do with it. They want you to fear time speeding up. They want you to think, oh, I don't have enough time. Because when you complain about time and all the problems about time, all has to do with the system, the same system that created time. It has nothing to do with anything that doesn't have to do with the system. Oh, I got to go to work. I got to pick up the kids. I got to do this. I got to go get here. It's always something to do with the system. So that's their shit. Notice how they're not talking about time speeding up. Notice how it's not a big thing, because that's something that they created in this new part of this new Aquarius age we're in. Is dismantling a lot of shit. Not like it's doing it on purpose. It's just the energy that they created with time is so low vibrational, it ain't shit. So this new timer coming in and just wipes over that, and it's just like it's doing its own thing, and it can't even operate within that energy. So it's like everything's speeding up. So now they have to. This actually affects their system in a certain way, because now they need you working more hours. Because this is why a lot of corporations you see are so-called going bankrupt. This is part of the reason. There's many reasons, but you see a lot of these corporations going bankrupt and everything, and they're trying to change the system to cryptocurrency, to Bitcoin. They're trying to do all this. Is because, and then you say, oh, they need to pay people more money. They're not paying us more money. But it's like, it's not even really the money. It's the labor. And not enough labor can be produced within the time. So now they need you working more jobs. And since nobody wants to work more jobs, because they did back in 2021 when nobody wanted to work, when they gave everybody money, they sent everyone home. Nobody wanted to work, and there was all these empty positions. Now it's the opposite, because they have to force people to get back to the fucking plantation field. So how the fuck that works out is they raise the prices on shit. Now everybody got to go work more than one job, and they raise the rent and all that to keep people on edge. So like, and even with people working two, because if you only worked one job nowadays, even if you work 8 hours at a corporation, you're not going to be getting that much work done. Even if you did everything they told you and you got all the work done, it's still not the same type of production. So now it kind of makes it where the quality of shit isn't good. Shit is more expensive, and like everything is just it's like nothing's really the same anymore. So it's what it is. And see, and notice how they don't talk about this. They don't. You will never see in the media or nothing them talk about it. And I was like, why haven't they talked about it? But like I said earlier in this live stream, and I'm gonna get to all the questions. I see you guys' questions. One thing about it is, when earlier in the beginning of this live stream, what happened was I seen this new age spiritual new age channel. I forgot the name of it. I don't want to give them a shout out, but all of a sudden they start talking about time speeding up. And they made like 2 videos within 3-day period, and the videos got like 100,000 views, 50,000 views within a few days. So this is I can tell this is and when you look at the channel, it's a faceless YouTube channel. They just do animation, they talk over videos, and they make their own animations and talk over it, what they think is spiritual, and they call that a spiritual channel. So this is how I know it's a new age channel, because it's faceless, has no face to it, and they got over 100,000 views on it. Like, how the fuck you get that high? You have no face on your channel. You're not talking about nothing, and everything is quoting that old white bitch. What's that white bitch name? Dolores Cannon, and they have a picture of her old pale ass fucking in what she said is some Jesus Christ prophecy, and like that's how you could tell. Like, it's the same type of stupid shit like that. So they start speaking about time speeding up, and when you speak about it, keep talking about these fucking Hopi tribes and shit, these butt naked stinking ass fucking gremlins with shit stains on their fucking underwear and shit. Oh, the Hopi tribe, and what they said, and like, why is it always a Hopi tribe, and why the fuck you keep talking about that shit? Like, so that's, I can tell, that's another fucking Masonic bullshit program, because they keep talking about Hopi tribe or Dogon tribe. Once you hear Dogon, Hopi, and all that shit, you know it's their shit that they're trying to fucking program you. Say, oh, the Hopi said this, and the time is going to be speeding up and accelerating at this pace, and all this. So They start speaking about it. And not only that, fucking when you go on the channel and you look at the comments in the video, a lot of the comments are bots. Like you can kind of tell dumbass people talking about, oh, time speeding up and all this other shit. So I knew this play the channel was amazing. It was a bullshit channel. Even the views I think are fake, because a lot of those channels, they have fake views. So I know for a fact that channel's fake and they just spout their bullshit. And like when you watch the video, notice how they don't tell you, like they talk about it in a way like they want you to think like it matters. It matters the way they want you to think it matters. Like, to be honest, they don't talk about it like time is something man created. That's the way I want to say it. They speak of it like it's something like, oh, the Dogon tribe and this tribe, they talked about time speeding, and it's like, no, nigga, like, you motherfuckers created this shit, and now you're like, your shit's coming down because we're in a different energy, and that's what it is. We're in a different energy. Things are just going differently. It's not like it's speeding up or it's slowing down, because it doesn't exist like that. So, and I said in that video, it said, when you get older, time speeds up. We're using technology, and technology is making time speed up. That is bullshit, because today when I was at the fucking Barnes and Noble, I was at the mall, I was walking through Barnes and Noble to go to the parking lot. There's this little fucking girl, I'll say she's probably like 10 years old. She went up to like, probably the father or the uncle or whatever. She was like, why is this 2:35? Why is the time speeding up? I swear this little bitch said that shit. I heard it with my ears. She was like 10 years old, and I seen it. She looked 10. And she's like, why is time speeding up? It's 2:35. And in my mind, I was like, the first thing I thought, I was like, okay, the spirit probably made me hear this shit, because like I was thinking about making a video of it, and then I've been thinking about it lately. I'm like, this is not no coincidence. So I heard that, and this is a young individual, young person. So this is why I'm saying, like, this shit is actually like is, and it accelerated, like, because it's always been speeding up, but this month it was a major acceleration. Like, it's just, I don't even want to say it's accelerating. I want to say more so the consciousness and the energy is just changing. We're getting deeper into the Aquarius days. The energy is changing. So therefore, certain things within this man-made construct are going to start not working like it's supposed to work. It's not like time isn't working. Time still exists. It's just it's not working like they want it to work. It's just speeding the fuck up. So this is why I'm like, you gotta, like, it's just crazy. And I'm gonna give you guys a solution how to combat this. Like, it's actually it really don't even matter if you doing what you're supposed to do. Everything is gonna line up, because you guys keep thinking, oh, I don't have enough time. Because first of all, we all have goals. The only reason you're tripping off time is because you feel like it's gonna hinder yourself from reaching your goals. But by you thinking that you don't have enough time to reach your goal, you're pretty much being doing divination. You're pretty much prophesizing the future, like, you're going to get your success this way, or I'm going to study, read a lot of books, and then I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do this, or I have to go and do a lot of this thing before. How do you even know it's even supposed to be like that? Like, things happen in so many ways. Like, they even say, this is what I even come up with the term miracle. It's not even really a miracle. It's when you're on your spiritual path, doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you tap into divine timing. And then things start happening at certain times, and you feel like it happened quicker than you expected, because a lot of bullshit that you thought you had to experience, you really didn't need to. You see what I'm saying? So this is why it's good to be in your purpose and tap into divine timing. And then when you start tapping into divine timing, then you start defying the odds. You start defying the limits of what the fuck can happen. Because like I said, anything really can happen. Like, anything. Like, a lot of you guys will think, oh, like, like, let's just say if you guys have let's just say I gave you $5 million in cash. You're gonna be thinking like, oh, I don't want to lose this money. I don't want to lose this money. I don't want to go broke. You're gonna be thinking of ways not to lose the money. But then when you're broke and you don't have $5 million, you don't be thinking about ways how you can get the money. You don't be like, how am I gonna get 5 million? Or I can get 5 million. Or I can get this money. You don't have that same level of like awareness and alertness that I can get money. Just like if you had money, you can lose money. Because it works both ways. So if you can get it, you can lose it. If you lose it, you can get it. So in this new time we're coming in, it actually, if you actually on your purpose and do what you're supposed to do, you're actually start getting the things you want to get a lot quicker. Because it has to give it to you because everything's accelerating. In a year, it's not going to be really a year. It's gonna be a year, but if you put in the work, you're gonna get a year's worth of results. But it's not gonna feel like it because shit's speeding up. Shit is crazy. Like I said, like this is why it's good that we have like social media and all that, because it's a good thing about social media. You got channels like mine to be able to, you guys can see videos like this and wake up and not get too like stressed out and lost. Because if you don't, one thing about this world is if you don't have a strong mind, it don't matter how much money you have, it don't matter what material items or anything, but if you don't have a strong mind and a strong spirit, you gonna get fucking ate the fuck up. You could be a rich man in a mansion and be suicidal, and there could be a nigga on the street with nothing, and in a year from now, from then, the dude in a mansion could have done killed himself or had depression and offed himself, did something, and the dude on the street could have been in a mansion, all because of a mindset. It doesn't mean money and all that shit don't mean anything. It really don't. So yeah, I'm gonna read some of these comments. Was good with it. Shout out to everybody in the room. But like I said, guys, this shit is crazy. How like it literally felt like it was just this. It was early this morning. So like this is letting me know that I really got to get on my P's and Q. Got to start. That's I'm like, you can't waste no time now, no time at all. Because a lot of you guys, because a lot of people, they think they have a lot of time. And like I told you guys, like the biggest epidemic, in my opinion, besides these Masons and these Jews and them controlling the system, I'll say the next epidemic, or probably even a little bit more, because without the body, you can't even do the work that's necessary to be successful spiritually, to create your own system. But the biggest epidemic is health. A lot of this, like a lot of things, a lot of people don't want to speak on. Like I don't like to speak on it because I don't want to put fear. I don't like and to scare you guys, but at least 8 to 9 out of 10 people that you know today are gonna die from probably cancer or diabetes. Because if you don't die from an accident or by some hood nigga shit in the hood and nigga down the street just clapped your ass, if you ain't dying from anything like that, most likely you're gonna die from like cancer or diabetes from the products that you are ingesting. So this is why a lot of like, and you see a lot of these Gen Zs, the way they talk, the way they act and shit, they're like creating a situation where they may not even live past 60, and they may cut the life expectancy might go down to like 60 or some shit, and because they're just trying to get rid of people and poison shit. So that's why I say it's good to take care of your health. That's very important. It's very important. Like I don't like to speak like that because I don't want to put fear, but that's something like, because a lot of people are like, pretty much everyone you see is ill. Everybody's ill. That's one thing that I've learned in life, is everybody's ill. It's just some people, the illness doesn't take effect till like 70. Some people 60. Then when they get to 60, they start feeling it, and then by the time they get to 80, it takes them out because of the time, the way illness is. Because the way the body works, the body is spiritual. So when you get a sickness or illness, the spirit gives you time to heal it. It will give you signs and symptoms. This is why if you ever know somebody who's sick, they'll have a period where it's like 5 months. They're going through like kidney issues or pain in their chest or appendix problems or issues with their blood, or and then it will go on for like about a week or a couple days, and then it will stop, and then it will probably be gone for like 6 7 months, and then it'll come back. It's because it's like this, it's giving them a time to work on it. And this is for most people, and when you don't work on it, then it comes back again, and then it lets you until it gets to the point where, so like your body, it has defense mechanisms to not make you just, because this is why you're able to eat a lot of this bullshit for years and years, and then it doesn't really fuck with you because the body is like, it's resilient, and it rejuvenates. Like you can rejuvenate the whole body and everything. So it's like that's one thing people need to really get their shit right is with the health thing. But so like, see, there's still people that keep shout out to Mooney Mercury was good with it. There's still people that keep saying the shift is finally here. They said that a million times already. I feel like the shift. There's people like I feel like the shift is more of a personal thing. Like you could be in a certain frequency and vibration, and somebody can't be. So at the end of the day, I feel like the shift is just something that we can experience every day. People probably experience every day. Like you make that conscious shift, that awareness. Now you're not a bot no more. You're awake. But yeah, there is a collective shift. Like we go into the age of Aquarius, and this this age of Aquarius, I feel like we've been in it, but we just actually like getting knee deep in it based upon Pluto being finally being in Aquarius. But right now it's in Capricorn. So if you deepen your path right now, there's too much to do along with times. Exactly. I don't see how people can do it. That's why I don't like when I see people working these 9 to 5s, I don't understand how people can work a 9 to 5. Like this is kind of why I even believe like because it's kind of weird how they're laying everybody off and everybody's saying the job market is so bad and even people I know, fucking just people I know personally in my family or friend and their family and shit. They're saying like the job market is bad. They have all these degrees, they can't get work, and I'm like, so who really gives a fuck? Like even if you were to find work, like even if you were to find something tomorrow, you're not going to be working there in the next 4 or 5 years. You're an idiot if you think you're going to be working there in the next 4 or 5 years. You can be working. You can say you're unemployed right now, and then get a job at Google. How the fuck you not know Google just gonna hire, make some new type of AI and just replace you with it in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years? You're not gonna be working there forever. So I can't work at you like. And the things that you got to do on your spiritual path, knowing self, at this time, I feel like at this time right now, I don't even want to, I'm not bashing or knocking on nobody's working a 9 to 5, but I feel like if you're working a 9 to 5 in 2024, I feel like you made certain mistakes previously. And I'm not hating on anyone. I'm saying you made certain mistakes previously that if you didn't make, you wouldn't have been in a position where you need to make work a 9 to 5. Is there certain things you should have tweaked probably a couple years ago to put yourself in a position where you're able to get income coming in? I'm not saying you got to be a millionaire, you got to be rich, but if you're getting however much you're making at your 9 to 5, if you can get that or more, that's what I'm talking about. So let's just say you make 2,800 every month at your 9 to 5. You should be able to make that easily online, finding some way to do that. That's should be like the goal. To at least get that and then scale up from that. So at least if you're making that, you can have your time free and not be doing that. But I'm not saying it's easy because it's not really easy. There's other things you got to do, having to do with shadow work, help things you got to do. Maybe you may need to work that 9 to 5, but you even if you say I needed to work this 9 to 5, at the same time, if you would have done things 5 years ago, you wouldn't be in a position 5 years later where you needed to work that 9 to 5. A lot of the things, a lot of you guys say, oh, I got to do this. You got to do what you got to do. The only reason you got to do what you got to do is because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So now you got to do what you got to do. So don't think like, well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And sometimes it's okay. Yeah, that is a thing. But sometimes you done fucked up and you should be in a better spot than you are right now. So don't like make it look like, oh, I didn't like, yeah, you got to admit sometimes when you done fucked up. And I'm speaking to myself. I'm not just speaking to you guys. I'm speaking, this video goes to myself as well. So I'm not just saying like I'm better. Like there's things that I should have done, but it is what it is. I just let that motivation of me not doing what I was supposed to be doing. I let that motivate me to stay on the task and not get led astray. Because nowadays it's like it's getting easier and easier for me to stay on task nowadays than it was before. But before I used to be very distracted, but now like I feel like it's a lot easier because like I look back. Because one thing about life is one thing that you will always learn from is time. As time progresses, a year, 2 years, even though it doesn't exist, but It's 2024 right now. By the time 2026 comes, you're going to have more knowledge than now because you went through 2 years worth of experience. So one thing that you can never not learn from is time. So I was just thinking back because like just recently and like looking back like a year ago and what I did from a year ago, and when I'm looking back at what I did from a year to now, I'm thinking about it differently than a year ago because I'm able to look back and be like, see how fast time goes by and look how many things I did do, look how many things I didn't do, and it makes me just look at like you have to stay focused in life. That's one thing I want to take it. So you got to stay focused because it's like you wake up every morning, living your life, and it's just like you're doing the thing, but then you don't realize how fast this shit's going. So you have to be focused doing your thing. You can't get let off straight because you're gonna waste so much time in life, and then you're gonna regret it, and you're gonna have a lot of regret, and that's one thing you don't want to have. So this is why like I'm really keen on staying focused on my shit. Because if you don't, a lot of the things you want to do, you won't even be able to do it. You're gonna have to do it a different way because it's about the timing of it. So, for at my workplace, we only do 2 tasks and the day is over because time speeds up. Exactly. So now you're see this is where it comes in with the labor thing. Like now companies really aren't even getting because like money to you is like labor to the corporation. So you complain about it costs too much money to buy a bag of chips. But then they can also complain, I'm not getting as much labor from my slaves because they're not able to complete as much because time's speeding up. So now this leaves a situation where we got to raise prices and all this other shit, and then the quality of products aren't even good. And I'm not saying this is the main reason, but if you actually look at it and you see, like, use your common sense, it's like this is a this it's factors into the many problems. It factors in. See, like you only do 2 tasks and the day's over. So at a corporation, you only being able to do 2 tasks can make the difference from a company losing like $100,000 that day or making $300,000. Even though you make this thing, it's just 2 tasks, but when you have a big corporation making billions of dollars a year, little things like that, it factors into money. Like how much, like you using a bathroom for 15 minutes over your limit. If like 10 people did that, add all those 15 minutes together, that's going to be a certain amount of labor hours, and then that labor hour could have been producing work on the fucking field, and you were in the bathroom. So that's like probably they look at that like $80,000, which it is because if you're depending on what you're doing, if you're stacking boxes and putting in calls and orders and shit, and you're not doing that, then that's money being lost. So the time speeding up, it kind of does affect that shit, which could be a reason why everything's so expensive and like they want everyone working so many fucking jobs. I don't want to say that's the reason, because really the reason, but like I said, that does factor into it a little bit. I feel like the main reason they just doing it because they just want to be on some bullshit. And a lot, I wouldn't even say that because, like I said, like the government, I'm done really blaming the government for this shit we're in right now. Like, yeah, we get it. The government, they did do some shit, and yeah, we can blame them. But I'm looking at it like people need to take accountability because that's the only way we're gonna change shit. And do you really think the system, the government, is gonna come and pave the way to make it easier for everyone? That's never gonna fucking happen. To be honest, that's never really gonna happen. So it's like this is why you gotta like people gotta learn how to take their own power back. So we don't like it's just like when you staying at somebody's house, you don't want to be a burden. You like no, you want to go to the bathroom, you want to do this, and they always complaining like, damn, I want to get my own shit. That's how you would think people would be. Like people are sitting here complaining and voting and doing all this nonsense, complaining about the IRS doing this. But if people actually woke up and became aware, you wouldn't need the government to take care of you. Just like a kid, a grown man living with the parents, and he complains to the parents, but then the parents like, "Well, you living with us." That's how it is. Like I hate to say it like this, but that's the only way to really do it. Because I'm trying to get change. I'm not trying to sit here and like sound like who can hate the government the more, or sound. Let me say what's gonna make the people fucking they're fucking their pussy fucking tingle or some shit. I'm not trying to make the audience's pussy tingle or make everybody like feel happy what I said. So I'm not gonna like. I'm just telling you what needs to be done for people to like actually wake up. And most of this Tiger is not even really about because people like to make it like it's so spiritual and stuff. Where in reality, most of this shit is just people just using their common sense. Like a lot of it is just using your common sense. Like people will be like, "Oh, how do I go and manifest a lot of money so I can not be poor anymore?" And they'll make that into some spiritual mission of to get fucking money. It's like if you want money, they could like do what the fuck it takes to get money. If you're trying to better yourself and be holistic, spiritually, mentally, physically, and healthy, then do focus on that, and then that could get money. But that's a different thing. You're not gonna be worried about money. But if you're trying to just get money, nigga, like you go get the fucking money. Go work at McDonald's. Go collect cans. They're always hiring the fucking recycling agencies. They're always hiring at the fucking willing to take some cans from you if you can collect them. He said, if you focus on the time, does it slow down for you? Not really. What you guys got to understand is because you'll see people say time only speeds up if you're having a good time, or time slows down if you're going through. That don't mean shit. To a degree, it does, but let's just say you got locked up today and this was your first time in prison or jail, and you have to spend a week in there. You're gonna probably say it's gonna be a long week. It's the first time I'm in jail. I'm gonna be scared. It's a long week. But even if you were to get locked up today, the amount of time that you're gonna be in there waiting for your court case and in that prison cell, it's still gonna be shorter than if it was 10 years ago. So it's gonna still be a longer day than if you weren't in jail, but it's still gonna be shorter than it was 10 years ago. Because I've measured it. Even if when I was in situations that were happy, blissful, and very like I was scared or angry or whatever, I measured it, and the time still speeds up. It slows down a little, but it still goes faster than even my good days years ago. So my good days years ago, with days were going like this when I was doing fun shit, it goes by faster the bad days than it was then. So this is what I'm saying. Man, I haven't seen them niggas in a long ass time. What the fuck? See, so like I said, the time speeding up is deeper than it. People say, "Oh, it slows down at this," or it's the same with the people saying when you get older, fucking, it speeds up. That's bullshit. Cause go to children. I heard it's like a 10-year-old girl. She said, why is time speeding up? She was saying this to the dad or the uncle. She was like, why is time? It's like, she said, it's 2:35 already. And then when she said that, I was like, I started listening. I'm like, why is she saying 2:35? And I in my mind, I'm like, maybe she's gonna say something about time speeding up. And then after that, she's like, the time goes by so fast. Because right when she said 2:35, I was like, what the fuck? Like, is she gonna talk about time speeding up? She's hella young. And then I was listening to the conversation, and then she's like, it's going by quick. So, like I said, he's like, sometimes time is fast, other times time goes slow. Are you considered a breatharian if you drink coffee? You're considered a breatharian if you eat very little or none at all. That's a breatharian. So if you just drink coffee, that's a breatharian at the end of the day. Just drink water, that's a breatharian. It's different versions of breatharian. Full on breatharian is somebody who doesn't drink water or eat. And it takes people who even get there, it takes them years to get there. They don't just get there overnight. Like they go through stages of eating raw veggies, fruits, and liquid. Like me personally, I don't like food. Like if I eat food, I like junk food. So me, I just don't like to eat shit. Like even if I don't even like to drink water, the only time I really like, I don't want to say the only time I drink water, but the only time I really like to drink water is during my fast, and that's it. If I'm not fasting, I like to just drink fruit juice because the water is all toxic. It's all metals in it. It has nothing is healthy for you. So you don't have to believe me. I don't care. I'm telling you guys what I know and what is fact. Nothing in a grocery store is healthy. Water, fruit, vegetables, nothing. And you can talk about the chemicals, the pesticides, the fluorides, the minerals, the metals, the heavy plastics, the all the pasteurize, the chemicals when they pasteurize the food. You can talk about all that other shit. And you can also talk about the fact that even if none of that shit existed, the fact that you eating something in your digestive system is processing it, causes damage. Both ways is unhealthy. I'm not saying stop eating, don't ever eat again in your life. That doesn't make any sense. But what I am saying is just be aware of that. And the best thing to do for somebody who likes to eat and who needs to eat, or who doesn't want to be a breatharian, is to eat as less as possible and as clean as possible. That's the best solution, and because you don't have to be a breatharian. It's not meant for everyone. But what you can do is eat as clean as possible and eat as little as possible. If you're not hungry, do not eat. If you can eat very little or none at all, don't eat at all. If it's a whole day and you're not hungry, don't eat because some fucking dumbass nutritionist said you need to have your fucking daily grains and veggies every day or you're going to die from starvation or malnutrition. The bitch don't know what the fuck she's talking about. So this is why it's very simple though. Health is very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Get rid of everything and you good. You don't have to spend no money. You don't have to go to the grocery store. You don't have to spend no gas to go here to go get the food. That's it. Bored, hungry. Yeah, that's another thing. This is why it's good to practice meditation like qigong, yoga, because this will not only keep you busy, but it will give you a lot of energy, what they call prana or light. I don't even like to call it prana or any of that shit. I call it like it's just a natural occurrence of the body. Like when a flower blossoms open, do you call that fucking a certain name? Like yeah, we call it blossom, but do you say that's a certain like it's getting some type of fucking like chemical or energy for it to know? It's just it's blossoming. It's part of who what the flower is. So when we're building up this energy and we're feeling lighter and removing the blockages, I don't believe we're getting prana and light. I believe this is who we are, and we're just removing the blockages, and then the blockages is just presenting us with our natural human body, which we were born with. It's not like we're pulling any type of prana or chi from the air. It's just the body is just. You know what I'm saying? It's like a battery. When a battery is charging a device, do you say the battery is getting the energy from the atmosphere, or does somebody make that battery to construct it where when you put it in the socket it charges? It's like it's not getting energy from the air. It was built, and after it was built, you put it in the thing and it charges it, and the energy is from within it. Any energy that I feel is from within me. The reason I didn't feel it yesterday or a year ago is because I had a blockage. The blockage was making me feel like I was something else. But once you remove the blockage, you feel different. People say, "Oh, I'm getting energy." But no, you're not getting energy. You're just removing a blockage, and then the energy is already within you. It's generating. Because even if you want to say any energies in the atmosphere, your body still has to be programmed to assimilate the energy, to harness the energy. So if there was energy in the atmosphere, prana, I can't tap into that prana if I don't have the right vehicle to harness the energy. So still, you still need the body to harness. It's not like you just harnessing shit. Like you see what I'm saying? So I feel like most porn is free to keep people docile, stupid. What the fuck is this? Oh, I got my money. I was like, who sent me money? Somebody. It wasn't somebody who sent it. Was my thing I do, my little online hustle. They always be ticking forever on the weekends. Well, they don't take a long time. Fucking the bank be taking a long time. Yeah, porn. Porn is a distraction. I'm not gonna say porn is good, but like I said, you guys know what you need to do and what you don't need to do. If you feel like the porn is fucking you up, then you know you need to stop doing the porn. And that's all I can say to that. That's gonna take your own willpower and your own discipline. Everyone should know porn isn't really for you. Yeah, people do it. We do it from time to time, or you may do it. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just try to get better at it. But like I said, porn is one of many things. Porn isn't the only. There's many things. You can even say video games is bad. To be honest, like you will say fucking lottery tickets. There's a lot of fucking lot of things voids. Or, but yeah, I never really had a porn issue. I'm not saying I never watched it, but I never really yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, man, you gotta time is gonna be accelerating. It's gonna be going by even quicker. So just be prepared for it. What I suggest, because I want to give you a solution, not just tell you guys like, because I like to give solutions. I'm like one of the few channels that actually gives solutions. Like, and a lot of you guys may not even believe me. You guys just because you see how I talk and how I come across, but I actually give real good solutions, which is probably one of the reasons they fuck with my channel. Because even though I be talking and I be cussing and shit, I be giving solutions that actually work. So pretty much, we all have a purpose. We all have a mission we came here to do. Just stay locked into that, and every day make your whole life part of your purpose. What you have to do, whatever that is. I don't know who you are. I don't know you, so I can't tell you what you need to be doing. We all should know what we need to be doing. That's not something anyone really can tell you. You have to know for yourself. So once you find out for yourself, then you have to lock in and do what you got to do. Do not waste no more time. Like me, that's why I've been doing my qigong every morning. I do my qigong every fucking morning. I never. I did my yoga all the time, but qigong I was slipping on. I've been doing my qigong for 3 weeks straight. Like I'm anything that you want to do, open a business, you want to do this, you want to move here, do it right now. Don't even. For all you know, something can happen where they do another pandemic thing. It may not even be pandemic, but they do something where they shut down everything. You can't do anything. Now you're all like, remember the pandemic? They shut everything down, and you guys, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't go here. And some people are stuck in other countries. Some people wish they did things they didn't get to do. They could do another shutdown again. Anything can happen. It doesn't have to be for the pandemic. It could be something else. So it's like it's good to like fucking, because you gotta understand right now. Like I'm not even. I'm telling you, there's things that I wish I accomplished that I didn't accomplish right now. I should be a lot further in certain things that I'm not. I'm running the few people who will tell you this. A lot of other people, they won't tell you. It's not that they don't tell you because they're in denial. More so as it's they think that they know what they think that they're on the path, but they're really not. And part of it is they're in denial. So they will they don't say that they can't admit that they fucked up at certain times. But like me looking back, there's certain things I wish I would have done, but it is what it is. Because we at a time right now where all this, like a lot of you guys will say, "Oh, I want to open a business. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to go here. I want to do this. I want to open a YouTube channel." We at a time right now where that's done. You're not supposed to be talking like that no more. It's supposed to be, what am I going to do on my YouTube channel? What am I going to do with my business? How am I going to move this? Your problems right now should be correlated to your goals. Like if your goal is to be a music artist or a big whatever the fuck it is. I don't even want to say just anything that you want to be. Your goal, your problem should be like within that goal. Like let's just say you wanted to be have your own business. Your problem should be you not being able to find enough employees, or you're late on your tax return or some shit. You made a lot of money and you owe the IRS and you're late on the payment. Even though you got to owe more money, that's still a good problem because for you to even make enough money for you to pay them, that's a better problem to have than not even having a business. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we're at a time where we need to be doing things coordinate to our goals. We're not at a time. I'm not saying you shouldn't have any goals and ambitions and get your shit right, but 2024, you guys got to always look at like remember that the time that we're in. We're not in 2020 no more. We're not in 2019. Each year that goes by, you guys got to always evaluate the year we're in. So this should let you know, okay, social media has been here. All these opportunities have been here. All of these things have been here. Why do I keep seeing most people that haven't done anything with their life? And we in this year, and we have all these opportunities for this long. This means that these people are bullshitting. It doesn't mean that because at this point, because people say, "Well, I have to work a 9 to 5. I got to do this. I got to take care of this." But it's 2024. You've been saying this since 2021. You had 3 years to get your strings tied up, so you didn't have to have your kids be. You had somebody to watch your kids, or you had money from working that job, and you found a way to you worked that job and you saved that money, or you found somebody to take care of your kids, or you had your strings tied up that you needed to tie in to get your business together within those 3 years. Now it's a time where you did all that and we in a new time. If you're not on that, then you fucked up. If you didn't if you're still trying to do what you should have been doing 3 years ago and using an excuse saying, well, we gotta do what we gotta do, there's a thin line for you gotta do what you gotta do, and you done fucked up and you done procrastinated. So I'm just trying to tell you, because like don't get trapped into that like that, because you may think that you have a lot of time. Like one of the main reasons that happened to me, because I didn't look at time. I thought time was something that it was infinite. Like even though I knew time was an ending, I always used to not really look at time as it was something. And I think it's because a portion of my life I was very depressed and I had a lot of sickness and illness, and I was always depressed and had a sickness and pain the 24/7. So when I finally got out of that, I'll say around like 2020, when I was really getting out of that, I started feeling a lot more bliss and happiness and just more zest for life and just being happy. So I kind of forgot, like, you got to do something and not just. So that's where I kind of like laxed a little bit, because I was like, they'll tell you, like, somebody who goes through like a near death experience, like they get caught with cancer or something, and then they survive, or they almost died, and they have like a zest for life. I was literally like in a state like from 2020 even till now, kind of like I really haven't been the same before ever since that near death experience that I experienced. So I'm always like very excited and I have a zest, and I'm compared to before, where if you guys see me, I was very more somber, depressed and shit. So during that time, I was like, I was kind of like I wasted a lot of time and shit, but now I'm back on it. Like there's things I did do that I'm glad I did do and shit, but and when I say that, like a lot of when I say I was wasting my time, I'm saying as in like I should have been a breatharian. This has nothing to do with money or finances, or and that has nothing to do. I don't give a fuck about that shit. That's not a factor to me. This all has everything to do with what I'm speaking about to me. Maybe your issue is money and finance, but I'm speaking for me. Me personally, this all has to do with me being a breatharian and my health and spirituality. It has nothing to do with finance, money, any of that shit. Like that shit, I don't even that doesn't phase me. And it's not because I'm rich and I have money. It just I'm just not like regular people. Like I don't give a fuck about a lot of that shit. Like me, I'm not even really supposed to even be consuming anything on the basis of I need it. Like I can consume, I can eat, I can do whatever, but I'm doing it because I want to. I'm not doing it because I have a craving for it. So that's where I'm kind of there, but I'm not 100% there, because I still drink and I still have to consume whenever I consume, but it's very little. But like I said, guys, like I don't even remember where I was going on with this, but like I said, like this shit is what it is. But breatharian, like me being a breatharian, like because when I started first being a breatharian, when I first started getting into this, because back in 2020, 2021, I didn't even think I was gonna be a breatharian. I never thought. I thought I was gonna only fast to heal my issues. That's literally what I thought in the beginning. I'm gonna start fasting and I'm gonna heal myself, and then I'm gonna go back to my life. I didn't even think I was going to become a breatharian before 2023. And if you guys watched my videos, I never talked about being a breatharian. I talked about fasting and healing, but I never talked about not eating. And I didn't really start talking about it till the beginning of last year. Because over a certain course of time and certain experiences I had certain realizations. It had to do with the yoga, because when I was doing the yoga, I was releasing the blockages, and I released a certain level of the blockage, and I just didn't need to eat that much, and I was just going and doing shit. And I'm looking at myself like, maybe I'm supposed to be a breatharian. And I started looking at breatharians, and I see people going through the same experience I'm going through. These breatharians went through the same shit. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even supposed to be eating shit no more. This happened at the beginning of 2023 when I made that video. If you're not a breatharian, we don't relate. And I was flashing the money. You guys, it's on this channel. You guys can see it. That's when I started realizing, okay, I'm gonna be a breatharian. Before that, I didn't even think. I've heard of it, but I didn't think it was possible for me to do. I remember back in 2021, I fasted for like fucking 21 days. At the end of my fast, I was like, I wasn't like, I was better because I was really sick back then because I had the infection from a toothache. And after 21 days, my tooth, it healed, but it didn't heal all the way. And I was thinking like, it's supposed to heal all the way. And I see other people, they heal for 21 days, they fast for 21 days, and their shit healed. But what I didn't realize is the reason why it took a long time for me to heal, and my bad, I'm all over the place, but the reason it took a long time for me to heal that shit was because it was like I was supposed to be a breatharian. So if I would have just healed it and it got better, I wouldn't have been on the path to keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I would have got relaxed. So I didn't know that. And then I fasted for 21 days, and I'm like, I'm not healed. I'm like, it's so funny because I'm like, I was so pissed off. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, am I supposed to not eat for the rest of my fucking life? I literally said that shit. This was back in 2021. I was pissed. I'm like, am I not supposed to eat for the rest of my fucking life? I'm like, when the fuck is this shit gonna heal? And looking back now, like I remember there was a time back in 2020, I fasted for like, because I was doing like 20-day fast, 15-day fast. I was so sick. I was knocking out 10, 15, 20 back in 2020, 2021. And it was because felt like I was literally gonna fucking die. Like that's the reason why. And I'm literally here doing these fasts, and like I'm healing, but it's not going fast. And I remember I started fucking like I was so pissed off, man. Like I was angry, and I was just heated and just very depressed, thinking like, am I gonna heal from this shit? Like, am I supposed to not eat? That doesn't make sense. But then looking back, it's like that's what it was. That's what it was. And the funny thing is like I don't know. I don't want to get too deep because it's too much. But all I know is like, yeah, it's I don't want to get too deep and shit. But it's crazy, man. Like that's why I say sometimes, like when you're on a spiritual journey, you sometimes it's not good to be watching too many other people's opinions on spirituality, especially depending on what you're going through, because this could get you to think that the process of what you need to do is a certain way. Like me back in the like 3 years ago, it never crossed my mind I was supposed to be a breatharian. It took me 2-3 years of me going through experience and removing blockages for me to realize that. Whereas if I realized that 3 years ago, I would have fucking like it's weird. And a lot of it was mental because back in the day, I thought I was like I can't do that. It's too hard. But then 3 years later, when I look back, like I feel like I can do it. I can go a good stint of time. And it makes me just think like, you just gotta like, cause yeah, Like a lot of people will sit there and be like, I'm smart, I'm spiritual, and I know everything. And even like sometimes when I say that, but when I look back at all the shit I went through in life and I see how smart and strong my spirit is, it actually kind of scares me. Because before I went through a lot of shit in my life, I used to always be like when I got into spirituality, I was like, oh, I'm really good at this. I like spirituality and this, that. I used to think I'm good at it. I'm smart at it. But the more smarter and the more good you are at spirituality, the more harder your tests are going to be. That's why when you see somebody who's very smart, intelligent, spiritually, you notice they go through a lot of problems or issues or resistance than the average person, because when you're spiritually strong and you know better about the spiritual and everything, your tests have to be low key harder. In some cases, they have to be harder. So you can, because the same test, like the same lesson that a weak spirit needs to learn, they may only need to learn. They may have get their tire may be flat, and they may gone through a divorce as a child, and that was traumatizing enough for them to make them do certain things. But yet you have to go through something more because you have knowledge of mental health and psychology, healing, and spiritual. You have all this abundance of knowledge and wisdom. So the universe wants you to use your knowledge to the test. It doesn't want you to waste. It wants you to put your knowledge to the test. You know all this. All right, we're going to put it to the test. We're going to give you a harder test because they gave you the easy test like everyone else. Then you'll be able to fly through that. You give a kindergarten homework to a fifth grader, they're going to just do it in like 2 minutes. So it's like sometimes when I be thinking like I'm strong spiritually, but I be kind of like low key scared, like damn, like that means a test, because the test don't end. Even once you wake up, the test really don't end. Like this, it's just gonna still be another test. You gotta always stay prepared and always stay prepared. Never show your ass too much. That's one way, because you show your ass too much, then that's one way to pretty much the universe just test you to make you be like, because you really don't have free will in this world. So things are gonna you have free will. In some cases you have free will, but not in all cases. Because for you to have 100% free will, that's too much power if you think about it, and too much control. Because and even if you think about it, it's impossible to have 100% free will, because you can't control another spirit. You can't control what I do. I can't control what you do. So based on that fact, that takes away free will. You could come behind my back and stab me in the back when I'm not looking. You can have a whole group of people jump me and kidnap me and take me in a fucking car. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't control that. If you guys somehow find me, yeah, we could talk about certain levels. I could try not to put myself in that position, situation, but on a certain level, what I'm trying to say is we have free will. On a certain level, we don't have free will. It's both. We have it and we don't have it at the same time. But yeah, that's why I said like it's good to be. That's why sometimes I be just like kind of like just thinking to myself like fucking yeah, like I know all this shit. We strong spirits, but I hope I don't get tested too damn hard. I just want to do what I got to do. You see what I'm saying? Because shit, I don't want. Because when I just look back at the pattern, I'm sure you guys can say the same thing for your life. You look back at the patterns, you see certain patterns and certain things, and it just like everything just comes to light. It makes sense. So, but it is what it is, guys. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. I don't know why I didn't drop it earlier. Here's the link if anybody wants to join. He's like, bro, you're literally speaking to my higher self-esteem. It's just we all go because we all humans. We all going through the same thing. So if it looks like I'm speaking to you, it's not even really I'm speaking to you. It's we all going through the same thing. It's just the illusion looks different. The energy is all the same. The illusion looks different. Your issue may be having to do with fucking fuck, I don't know, domestic violence or some shit. This person's issue may have to do with self love and him getting left too many times, or I don't know, like abandonment. This person narcissism. This person they got to deal with financial. We all going through the same shit. The energy's different. See, I was literally thinking about this shit. Thought I was going through this alone. What exactly did you say you were thinking about that I had touched on? But yeah, but there's a link if anybody wants to join. Got anything you want to say? Yeah, but it's good, man. Shout out to everybody in the room. See, like I feel like I didn't have free will over my life and constant cycles, themes playing out. Yeah, exactly. But don't think that just because you have a cycle or a theme that is supposed to play out inevitably a certain number of times. Like don't think that oh I'm supposed to be going through this hell. There are times where yeah you things are a lesson, but if you keep going through the same problem over and over and over, at a certain point you're creating that and you're experiencing stuff you don't need to be experiencing. So don't think that everything is just based on the cycles and I'm meant to and the spirit of God is doing this to me and I'm so on a certain level, yeah, but it's meant for you to go through that so you learn the lesson and then you get something better from that lesson and you move on. You pass you don't just you go to kindergarten then you go to first grade. You go to level one, then you go to level two. You don't go to level one and just keep staying at level one. You it's supposed the level one's supposed to be the catechist to go to two and then three. It's the same with the life lessons. Yeah. But like I was saying earlier, now I remember my point. Yeah, I was gonna be speaking about social media and like um the new time we're in because I had missed my point earlier. But the new time that we're in, like I said, social media. This is gonna you can use this to make you or to break you. It's either or. We at a time right now where, like I was saying before, you should have been doing what you were supposed to be doing. We in 2024, all the information you think you know that you got off the internet, always remember that that information is at the fingertips of everyone with a smartphone. So if there's any stupid dumb fucks that are like still, I don't know, like breathing and walking in this day and age, then you need to know that that's by their choice because the information is out there. Even if they don't even look up spiritual shit, every single person with a phone who's on social media for more than let's say 5 hours a day or a large period of the time, like most people, they at least have a hint of spirituality. They have a hint of um whatever esoteric knowledge. They have a hint of it. They choosing not to pay attention to it because they look at it like it's some type of sarcasm or some bullshit. Shit like that, I don't fucking like. I don't like shit like that, dude. I fucking hate shit like that. Shit's crazy. I'm trying to keep this shit moving. What does it mean? And fuck it, I just hold it. Yeah, but like I said, that shit's crazy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this live stream though. If nobody got any more questions. Hold on, guys. Give me a quick second. Give me a quick minute, guys. Yeah. So what's good with everyone, man? I'm gonna drop the link one more time. If nobody joins, I'm out. I don't think nobody wants to join. Yeah, there's the link. And I'm about to be heading out. I might come back with you guys with another Qigong video tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna start doing a lot of those Qigong videos. I'm gonna be doing breath work as well. One of my subscribers asked me about doing a breath work. I'm gonna do breath work. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do breath work. I like the breath work. I like doing, but when you do these breathing exercises, you guys want to make sure that you're in a clean environment when you're doing breathing exercises. Always make sure you're in a clean environment. Don't want to be breathing in anything toxic, or that's why get you an air purifier, a good air purifier. You can get one for cheap. You can get a portable one for like $40. Um, or you can go if you have like you want to get like a more expensive one, you can go to fucking Amazon and get you one for like 120. That'll be good enough, and put it in your room. Put that shit on. It will take all the dust, the particles, make the air fresh. You'll be able to even feel it. So I'm not. Yeah, but anyways, like you gotta go. Yeah, you want to get you one of those air purifiers. When you get you the air purifier, man, makes your air a lot more better. Or if you live like in a wilderness or like by a forest or like where it's nature or by a beach and the air is clean there, that's even better. That's even a lot better. One thing I notice when I do these Qigong exercises is like just simple things is enjoyable. Like just walking or like just like fucking staring at a fucking scenery. Like things like that are more enjoyable. I noticed the more like the energy works within me because the key energy, like this energy, what they call key, I don't even want to call it that, but whatever that shit is like it's an energy and it's not giving you nothing that you don't have. I feel like I'm more of myself. That's why I feel like it's not like, oh, I'm getting high or I'm getting this energy. It's I'm just being myself. Like when you're young and when you're think of like the happiest moment you've ever had when you were young. The happiest day of your life when you were young. Everything was just balanced and you felt natural. You can be yourself. That's kind of how it is. You didn't have no blockages. You didn't feel no restraint before you were programmed. That's how it is. So that's like what I feel when I like, and then like just simple things become more enjoyable. Like I used to say, oh, people are corny. They like to walk out in nature, go for nature walks. But then, like, it's funny when I go on my fast and I do my qigong. That shit's fun as fuck. But it's not like walking in nature is fun. It's like the closest I can put it is like when you watch a crappy movie when you're high. It's funny and entertaining. But when you're sober, like that's how I look at it. But I don't want to say that because it's not like I'm getting high. This is a natural state that I'm tapping on myself. So it's kind of like that energy where I don't have the blockages because all the shit that filters your vision and your senses to make you not enjoy are the programs, all the trauma, all the blockages that the system imposes or that you get as a result of the system, like things that happen in your family. So like that, once you remove all that shit, that's when you start can really feel like yourself. Then you're in control of your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, and that's really where the power leads. Because once you tap into you have your mind, your thoughts, your emotions in check, and you have your mind on point, you could be homeless in the street and still find a way. Because like that right there is like your inner peace is the number one thing. Not because oh it's more important than money. It's no because that shit gets money. Because once you're at that state of peace, then everything's able to flow more. Just removing the blockages from within and remove the blockages without. So you have financial blocks, you have relationship blocks. All of those are blockages. When you have a problem with money, you have a problem with finances or relationships. Every female you get, she keeps trying to fucking. Somebody says he's trying to join. Oh, let me drop the link. When you have a relationship blockage or anything, that's because there's something within you haven't healed. So it's filtering out and like you'll say, oh, why is this bitch like it'll be a female or a man. They'll be complaining about the opposite gender. Oh, this girl I'm dating, she's acting like a bitch, or this guy's this, and it's like, why did you attract that person? You can't just you gotta actually. Why did you attract that person? Like I'll see a lot of dudes. They'll say, why is it when I like a female, she's unattractive, but when I don't like a female, when I like a female, she's not attracted to me. But the females that are attracted to me, I don't like them. And what I say is that is the females that you're attracted to that are also attracted to you, you're blocked off from attracting them because they're out there. A female that you're insanely attracted to, she feels the same to you. That there, it's out there. It's out there. Like I've seen that shit. I experienced it, but you have to be on a certain frequency, and a lot of people aren't on that. So in their reality, every person that they like and they're attracted to is some bitch that they don't fuck with. And it's like that's showing that you don't have no love for yourself. Cause you're loving shit and liking shit and you're attracting shit that you like that don't like you. So that's telling you you need to like yourself. And then the people that do like you don't like them. Oh, they ugly or they this. But that's telling you that you don't like yourself because they like you, but you don't even want to show them any love. But that's showing once you heal yourself, then you're able to fully attract the people you're attracted to and the motherfuckers that attracted to you too. It's like you can get that because you truly already done the work on loving yourself. Not mean that there's going to be other works you need to do beyond that, but you complete at least that, so you learn that lesson. All right, I'm gonna invite Jay Vass.
Hey, what's
What's
up,
good
John
with it?
C? Hey, how you
What's
doing,
good with
man?
it? What's
What's
up?
up?
Shit.
Fucking scream.
What's good with
Hey,
it?
hey, bro, that's just funny, man. Whenever I watch your videos, like you be making me laugh and shit.
Yeah.
You're
Oh
like
yeah,
funny,
for
bro.
real,
Like your intros and
for
all that.
real.
Oh shit. Hey,
Yeah.
but shout out to you, man, cause like, bro, cause like I be going through like some like life shit, right? Some like life events, and then like whenever you make videos, like you confirm like what I'm going through and stuff. I'm like, damn, like how
Okay.
you know all this? It's crazy, man.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. What was one thing that I confirmed
Oh yeah.
that
So
you that
you.
you
Oh, it was so interesting. You mentioned that like about like free will. Like we do have free will to a certain extent, but at the same time we don't. Like when it comes to like the shit we experience and like certain life cycles, and then about like time speeding up too, because it's like damn, like this shit's going by like faster and faster. And I remember you mentioned this like months ago, like way back. And now like
Yeah.
everything is happening right now, you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay. Okay.
but by any chance, am I lagging or no? Because I'm
No,
outside.
you're good. You're
Okay,
good.
cool. Oh, good. All right. Good. I'm just going for a little walk and all that. That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, but the Qigong shit. So like I'm gonna start doing it. You could do it inside your room, right? Like your breathwork exercises,
You,
or do you have to do it outside?
you can do it anywhere. Anywhere. You can
Okay.
do it in the car. You can do it outside. You can do it
Hmm.
sitting down.
Yeah.
I prefer to do it standing. As far as inside or outside, it really doesn't matter because
Uh huh.
the energies is like it's like I said before. It's like you're just they say they call it prana, but
Hmm.
I don't. I look at it like it's your body is even if there is prana out there, your body has to be able to be to take in the energy. Like even if
Yeah.
there's energy out there, your body's doing the work to bring in the energy. So
Hmm.
really, what you're doing is you're developing. This is all. Everything is internal. There's.
Yeah.
I don't like to even think that oh you're bringing energy or you're doing. This is our natural state that we're in. So when we
Hmm.
do these exercises and practices, we're just tapping into our natural being and how we feel at peace and at bliss, like
Yeah.
chill and relaxing, and you're able to focus more,
Hmm.
go through healing, um,
Hmm.
just many things. It helps with your health. You regenerate your
Yeah.
organs. Anything that you could it defies the limits, depending on the human being and what you program your intentions with the Qigong, because it gets deep to that level what you want it to
Exactly.
do. Because when you'll see some of these martial artists and they'll like walk on like hot fire, or they'll
Hmm.
be able to break a fucking a brick with their hand. Like
Yeah.
I've been doing Qigong for like 3 weeks. I started on July 3rd.
Uh huh.
Tell me why? Like every time I like swing my hand,
Yeah.
I don't even swing it that long. It feels more heavier. Like I feel more like
It's
there's
test
an
results
extra.
too.
Yeah, like when I
Yeah.
push or
Uh
when I pull, it's more stronger. Even though I
huh.
haven't done no workout, my
Hmm.
punch is more stronger, and I
Yeah.
don't even have to punch that hard. So
Mhm.
when you, this is why they're able to break these bricks because
Yeah.
the energy that we from these this qigong exercise it generates energy where it
Hmm.
gives you whether it be strength, not needing to eat.
Hmm.
It defies limitations of the body. And
Yeah.
what was impossible, it makes it possible. And this is not only physical, this is spiritual. So all the
Mhm.
things in your physical life that you think is impossible, I only can work a 9 to 5, I only make $2 an hour. I don't have
Yeah.
enough time to do that. I had a bills. This will defy the limitations, and things can happen what they call miracle, but it's not a miracle. It's more
Hmm.
like divine timing, and you don't get so-called miracle. You have everything you have to work for. Nothing is luck, nothing is given to you. So I don't even like the word miracle, because whatever the fuck you did to get a miracle, you put in some work, and
Yeah.
you like you were granted that opportunity. It wasn't like you got fucking
Mhm.
lucky or something loves you more. Nigga, you put in the work,
Yeah.
you gotta get what you got.
I like how you said one of your previous videos too about like manifestations. You're like, man, fuck manifestations. Like it's bullshit because when you get something, like you said, you earn it because you put in the work. You know, like it doesn't get handed to you and stuff like that. When it comes to like manifestations,
Oh yeah,
remember?
like for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Uh huh. Because you put in the work and all that.
yeah, like yeah, people, because people, they always talk about this. They talk about manifestations like it's some,
That was
like
funny to me.
okay, we get it. Yeah, you can manifest. Like I can manifest a fucking uh, a brick of coke on my fucking lap. I can just go get some money, buy the fucking shit, and
Hmm.
put it in my lap, and I go, oh, I manifested it. But if you think about it, like you didn't really. You manifested it, but you did the work. I got money. I went to the dealer and got the fucking brick and put it in my lap. So you could say
Yeah.
you manifested it, but really you really got it. So like
Hmm.
some like you'll see these idiots. Oh, I manifested this big ass house, and you can do it too. It's like nigga, Like if you really truly manifested it like you want people to believe, nigga, then take your ass to South Sudan and tell all those kids to sauce because they need to get help.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the fuck are you doing holding information back, nigga? Like you obviously did more than just manifest it. You
Exactly.
have to obviously you had a business, you probably
Bro.
got off your ass and made some sales and
But
did
they want to make you seem
commissions
like
or
it's all easy and like it's all magical and shit. Like, you know damn well. Like you said, like if it was that easy, then like what you said, they'll share that information like from across the country, like third world countries, and everyone would do it, you know? Same thing, like making money
exactly.
online. Yeah, like you said.
E-
That's funny.
even when you look at even when you look at like 99% of people with money,
Hmm.
they they pretty much is doing what I'm telling. Like when I see most people with like hella money, right?
Yeah.
They will be they think and they act a certain way. You
Hmm.
can't I don't even think you can get rich in this system without even thinking it unless you're doing it illegal or some shit or you got
Yeah.
somebody you get but you in order to even get rich in this system you have to be like have a certain mentality.
Hmm.
They made it like that. So they did it so they can make sure not just anybody gets rich. They have to
Hmm.
because all the people that you see, like you'll see somebody like, oh, if I was a millionaire, I'll do this. Anybody that says if I was rich, I will do this, those
Hmm.
people are never going to get rich.
Yeah.
Because a person who's rich, they can have like $10 million, but they
Hmm.
don't think they're rich. They may have a friend that's a billionaire and be like, oh, I'm not rich. I'm just trying to get because in order to have real true success, you have
Hmm.
to never feel like you won and made it. Most people want to feel like they've made it. And that's
Hmm.
when you want to feel like you've made it in life, that's when you fucked up because you will never feel like you made it. Bill
Yeah.
Gates, the people who run this made this on a certain level, they don't really feel like they really fully like they don't feel fully fulfilled. If that wasn't the case, they wouldn't have other things that they're trying to do to better things. Like Walmart, they have a corporation.
Hmm.
They have to always better the corporation or they're gonna go bankrupt and somebody else is gonna take over. Remember back in the day,
Oh,
everyone's like, oh,
fuck.
everyone
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, leave.
you good?
Yeah, hang on. Am I still in it?
No, you good, you in it.
Oh no, hang on. Am I
Yeah,
still here?
but
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I
yeah.
left.
Yeah, but for all the people
Hey,
that were like, cause
can you hear me
I
now?
was saying something.
Shit.
Yeah, I can hear you. Cause all the people that were watching, they were because I was saying something. For Walmart, for example, Walmart, they're a $1 billion company. If they don't end up doing what they're supposed to be doing,
Oh shit.
like back in the day in the '90s, Walmart was the biggest company, and then all you guys said there too. That no one could ever take over Walmart. But look at Amazon now; they're taking
Hmm.
over Walmart. So
Yeah.
anything, this is why you always have to always. There's no really success, and any success you get is going to be a downfall because there's the rise, the peak, the fall, the destruction, and then the rebirth. It's like a process. So
Hmm.
you always have to be like evolving, and really, there's really no success like that. When you look at life, like, oh, I want to be successful, then you're thinking like, oh, if I have $10 million, I'm gonna be successful. You'll never get there. The person who has $10 million, 9 times out of 10, they don't even look at that shit as fucking successful. They look at that shit like they look at themselves like I'm doing good, I'm financially free. But like there's this one guy, he was like he had like $20 million net worth. And he was talking in one of his YouTube channels like he was stressing about he wants to be able to live the life he's living when he's 60. And if he doesn't make certain decisions, he won't be able to live that way. And I'm like, nigga, you got $20 million and you stressing about like and you like 40, like you good, man. Like the fuck did but like I
Yeah.
said, the reason he's even in a situation where he got 20 million network or just under 20 million is because he thinks like that. The average person will be like, if I had 20 million, I'll just be chilling. That's why you'll never even have 200,000 because you have that mentality that's very lazy. So therefore, based on that mentality, you can't really attract. It's not even really nobody's picking on you. It just that's not how this reality works. You got to
Yeah.
make certain discipline, sacrifice, and do certain things. A lot of people look at money as a ticket to have fun and to feel pleasure, and that's how you. That's not really what money is for. Like
Hmm.
most people who That's is why when you see the rich people, they make money.
Uh-huh.
They're fucking like they don't really care about pleasure and feeling good and good times. They don't. They, even though it may seem like it, because you say, "Oh, they're on a yacht, they're eating good and they're doing all." It seems like they, but the reason it seems like it because they have the money. Why not? If you have the money at your disposable in your bank, you might as well buy the nicest things and have fun if you want to do that. But if they were so caught up on that so bad,
Uh-huh.
then they wouldn't. They'll be the average person on Instagram fantasizing about that shit or still working for a 9 to 5, thinking about and talking about how they're rich and trying to be rich and trying to keep up with the Joneses going into debt. That's what they would try to do. So
Uh-huh.
this is why you can tell like it's all about a mental thing. Like
Yeah.
you have to get your mind right. This is with everything, not just money. This is with everything, even health, like health, everything. Like they even tell you in health, the body is a resemblance of a mind. When you see a sick old lady in a wheelchair, it shows you where her mind was at her whole life up until that point. She was
It
in a
slowly
very low
builds up.
place mentally. Yeah, like you can't have a sick body and have a
Uh-huh.
healthy mind. The reason you have
Uh-huh.
a sick body is because you have a sick mind. If you have a sick mind, that means you think it's okay to eat garbage. You think it's okay. You don't see anything wrong. That's a sick mind. So therefore, it's going to develop into a sick body.
Uh-huh. I like how you teach about like Qigong too, cause like it's some real shit, cause like even like Mooney Mercury baby, like he tried himself and he mentioned that he's getting results from it too, like he really enjoys it. Even he mentioned on Twitter, he tweeted on something on Twitter like he actually did a quick Qigong breathwork exercise, I think, while he was door dashing on the side, and he told me
Yeah,
like he got like a quick high or like a quick fix or something, you know. It was pretty
yeah.
funny.
It comes down to mind, and this is just the beginning results. When you do this continually for a year
Hmm.
more, it starts to change you on a cellular level. Like
Yeah.
it starts to change you where you're defying limits. Like you may not even need to eat as much. You may have a lot more energy. You can probably run a mile. Like you like to run.
Hmm.
What's your running time for a mile?
For a mile, I think about. I'm not sure for a mile, but for the 2 miles, I say like an average like 12 minutes, 12
Damn,
around
that's
12 minutes.
fast. Because
Yeah.
for a mile, 12 minutes is considered like kind of slow, or not even slow, but it's considered like it's like moderate. Like I remember like
Yeah.
12 minutes. Most people will complete a mile. If you completed a mile in 6 minutes, that was like extremely good. So if you're saying 2 miles, 12 minutes, that means you on average you do a mile 6 minutes a mile. So that's hella fucking good. So
Yeah, I do
if
about
you're
that. Yeah.
doing yeah, that's good. 2 miles for that's hella good. So if you're doing qigong, if you were to do qigong and do your practices or do your running, you probably knock your running down to 4 minutes. To
Bro,
be honest, you could probably
especially
not
time speeding up too, man. Like that shit would help a lot. The time speeding up,
exactly.
it's just powerful.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like it betters every aspect of your life. Like whatever you're doing, it helps,
Hmm. And like you said too, like
and
if
it's
you do
free,
like
and it's free too.
if like you said too, like if you do like also like full body yoga stretches, it can help release like urges and addictions, like sexual energy, or like not sexual energy, but like problems with like lust or something. You know, like if you do like a lot of
Um,
yoga stretches, or like release other blockages and stuff.
yeah, it like it does, but you gotta like I said, this is a lifestyle though. You have to make it a
Yeah.
lifestyle. Like this is not something you just do like, oh, I'm gonna just do it like 3 weeks and then fix my. You got to make it a lifestyle, and you have to enjoy the process. Don't question it too much. Don't just look at it like I'm just this is my new life and I'm just trying to heal, do my thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just gotta live your life. You can't be thinking too much into this because that's when you're gonna. Because during the healing process, things are gonna come up. Like once you're on the healing process, things come up every now and then, and nothing's ever going to be perfect. So you can't look for like a certain perfect time. Things are going to get better. Don't get me wrong, and you're going to have those times of happiness and peace. But that shouldn't even be really the goal, because that, like, to be honest, that's what really fucked me up over these years. Is me looking for some type of reward or some type of compensation for what I'm doing, and like that really fucked me up because The reason it fucked me up because I'll be like, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna get this, this, and that. But then if you don't get this, this, and that in a timely fashion, you start to rationalize, well, maybe this, and that, it's not that important because fuck that, I don't need that shit. Or and you start doing it based on something where you should be doing it because this is something that you really are supposed to be doing. Like this is actually who you are. Like this
Mm,
is you. Like
yeah.
you may say, oh, I don't like this or this is not me. Because the spirit, it talks to you different. Like if you're not being who you are, you may think you're being who you are. You may say, I'm being who I am, I like to get high, I like to do this. But if that's truly not who you are, it's going to show out differently. So how you how you how you may think you're going to get punished is um because the universe is going to punish you for not being who you are. If you don't be who you are, and you think you're being who you are, whatever you do that that you think you're doing, whatever you want to do, is gonna bring hell in your life. So you'll be like, well, I want to get high, I want to do this, I want to go hang out with these people, but then it's gonna bring situations within those scenarios that's gonna be hell, and you're gonna be like, why am I going through so much hell? It's because you're not being yourself. Once you be yourself, in the beginning, it's gonna be like hard to do, but after a certain period, then you're gonna be like, well, this is me. This is what I want to do. It's like an acquired taste, but it's really like not even that because you've always liked that taste. It's just you forgot. But when you do what feels good fleshly, it's gonna play out as negative physical things, and then you're gonna be like, because you can do whatever you want to do, but you can't run away from yourself. So if you are doing something you're not supposed to be doing, and you're trying to run away from yourself, you're gonna attack yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself. And you don't hurt yourself by drinking poison or something. You hurt yourself by just living. You may say, oh, I'm chilling, having fun. You go on a beach and now the plane gets in an accident, or somebody robs you, or you lose your cell phone, or you get in a car accident. So just anything negative, you just and then you're going to be questioning, why are they gang stalking me? Why are somebody fucking up my peace? And it's like, you're not really at peace. You're really in hell. And the universe trying to get your attention to bring you to true peace.
Mm,
And then it's where people say I'm being gang stalked and all this, and it's really not even that.
yeah. That's probably where they get their like ego deaths from, you know, or like a quote unquote
Yeah,
ego death.
ego. That's what they call ego death. Yeah, because
Mm,
it's not you. You think you are who you are, but you really aren't that. And then you kill that version of yourself. Then you become your true self. But in order to get into that, it takes work. You go through a period of you not. It may in the beginning could be hard. You don't want to do certain things
mm,
and give up certain things. But once you get through that, then it's like it's supposed to be hard because it's like I said, like not when people look at hardness and toughness and struggle and pain, they look at that shit like it's something like that needs to be avoided. And yeah, we may want to avoid it, but sometimes the spirit puts that shit in your life deliberately because certain blessings and fortunate things that belong to you, you can't even get that without experiencing a certain level of pain and certain trials and tribulations and having certain experiences, good and bad. If you don't
that's
go
right.
through certain experiences, good and bad, you can't even
Mm,
get certain things that is deserved to you. That's why this is why a lot of people they run away from the things that are supposed to be teaching them.
mm. That's so interesting. Oh, like even when you mentioned before too, like I think it correlates to what you said before in this video. You said like the more spiritual knowledge you have, the more like harder tests the universe will throw at you. Remember you said that like that's some deep shit. And
Yeah.
like you said, like you're kind of scary because like the more I know, the more like challenges life will throw at you. That's some real shit, man.
Because I look at like it just because when I look at my life, like certain things, like I don't want to go too in depth and too personal and shit, but
I figured.
like yeah, there's a certain shit I've been through where it was like I could tell it's just a test of how strong you are
Real.
mentally.
Real, man.
It,
And then you question like, man, do we really have free will? You know what I'm saying? Like it just seems like a certain energy is like orchestrating this
but
shit, you
you
know?
do you have the free will to fix whatever situation you think is holding you back. You have the free will, and that's the only free will really you should be worrying about having is the free will to change the situation you're in. That's the only free will you should really want. Because
Hmm.
at least you can whatever hell that you're in, no matter how long it may take you 5 years, 10 years, but at least you could do something to fix it. You're not like you
Yeah,
have to just wallow it. You have to just wallow in it and sit in it. So
Might,
at least we have that free will.
might as well, yeah, bro. Like, might as well. Just, if you have the free will, then might as well just do the work and just get that shit over with. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have the because imagine if you were going imagine all the hell and pain that you're going through today that will make you come to the conclusion that you came to as far as your beliefs. Imagine you were going through all that, but and you see it on my videos, but you didn't have the free will to take action. Like you could get all the knowledge and information and see all the problems you're going through, but you what you couldn't do is take action to better yourself. Imagine that. Imagine the hell you'll be feeling. The reason you're not feeling that bad because you know that you can take action and you know it can get better. But imagine if you didn't, if it couldn't get better.
Mhm.
So like, just be
That's a good
grateful you
point.
have that free will
That's a good
because
point.
it cannot be. It could be like you don't even get better.
That's a very great perspective. I'll definitely use that. Actually, needed to hear that. I'm telling you, like you be speaking to my higher self, man. I actually really needed that because I'm going through certain things. I'm like, damn, like sometimes I get discouraged, but that was a good message right there. I'll definitely use that. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man, no problem. It's just we all going through the same shit, but we just shit just looks different. That's what we all gotta like. Cause
Mhm.
you don't let life beat you up, man. Like I said, I know what you. Cause like a lot of the shit, like you be saying, like everyone, we all go through some bullshit. Like don't think that nobody goes through shit.
Mhm.
Which? Cause you, let's just say when you go through an experience, you have a certain emotion, whether that be anger, depression, sadness, whatever. That's the thing you're feeling.
Mhm.
Always remember that every single human being feels those emotions. They may not feel it for the same reasons you feel it. You may feel it because you lack some type of relationship or you have probably some type of narcissistic parents or whatever. But whatever people you say, like everyone feels those emotions, but they may not feel them the reason you're feeling them. They may feel them for something else. Like
Yeah.
so, always remember, like everyone's going through something. Everyone feels that like that. Even when you see these motherfuckers that want to start problems and trouble and all these people are like the people who want to start problems the most, those are the people who felt the worst the most. Those are the people who feel the worst because anybody who even thinks to be narcissist, to be a dickhead for no reason, that
Mhm.
means they want you to feel how they felt most of their life.
That's
So
damn.
if somebody's an asshole for no reason, that means they want you to feel a certain way from their actions. For you to care so much about how another human being feels based on what you do and you're gonna be a dickhead shows how miserable and how hurt you've been. So you've been feeling so miserable and so hurt your whole life that
Mhm.
you need to make another individual feel that. And even if you say, well, I'm not miserable, I'm not, well, you're more miserable than the person you're trying to hurt because for you to even be in a state of being to hurt somebody, you had to be in it first to get the idea to say, I'm going to hurt them. Misery likes company, right? You're miserable before this person. So you have to go and bring them down. So anybody who just want like that's why all these demons, man, they gotta go. Like if you're miserable, get the fuck away. I could tell a person like there was this guy walking the other day, man. Just by
Mhm.
his gesture, I was like, this guy's a piece of shit. Like I didn't say it to
Mhm.
him. I would never just disrespect another person. I'm not
Like, did
fucked
you
up
sense
like
it?
that.
Like, you can sense like he's on some bullshit. Like his energy
Yeah,
is
I could just
toxic.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when he went like the moment he does, like the moment he started speaking, he was saying some ignorant shit, and then when I say it, I could pick up on the energy. It's not just him moving his hands or how he's walking because it's the intention, it's the energy, the frequency. Then the frequency translates into body language. I pick up on the frequency, and then when I see the body language, I put two and two together with the frequency of body, and then I can say, okay, this is the fucking demon. But if a person has positive intentions and they're doing the same body language as somebody who has negative intentions, I can pick up and say this is not a negative person. But this guy, when I seen him, I could pick up the frequency and he just has a negative vibe. And then
Mhm.
he opened his mouth, he said some ignorant fucking shit. I forgot what he said, but it was just some ignorant shit. And he was talking to somebody else, and I'm like, and this is multiple times, like
Yeah.
multiple times I pick up on it. Like even the way people move their hands, like there's a certain way people move their hands. when they're talking. That
Yeah.
because when you go through trauma, it gets
Mhm.
stored in the body, and once it gets stored in the body can't move freely and elegant. This is where qigong is you're flowing.
Mhm.
It's because the
Mhm.
body's supposed to be in a natural flow. So when you have trauma that you haven't healed, it
Mhm.
your body isn't in a relaxed state. They may think because a lot of people think they're in a relaxed state because they've been so blocked up and traumatized their whole life. They don't know
Builds up
what
slowly.
feeling good is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
mhm.
go ahead.
Oh no, like you said too, like it builds up slowly too. Like they don't even realize it, and then next thing you know,
Yeah,
it
the
gets worse.
blockages they build up slowly over time,
Mhm.
and once the blockages build up, it makes them look different.
Mhm.
It makes them it makes their body language different, and they have tension. Their
Yeah.
facial structure isn't the same. Everything it's just different the way they move their hands because the tension is not able to make them flow. So it makes it's the energy just plays out as they're a demon. Like it's you. This is why when you see somebody smile and they'll say, "Oh, he has an evil smile or an evil laugh." I thought laughing and smiling was supposed to be positive things. But
Yeah.
why do they have an evil laughter? How do you tell the difference from an evil laughter and a happy laughter? If somebody's happy out of joy and laughing, you're not going to say that's an evil laugh because you can tell. What makes it different? So we can tell because when the person is really in a negative vibration and they express certain things, the tension of that negativity it doesn't flow freely. So this is why evil laugh sounds different than a happy laugh. You
That's
see what I'm saying? Like
true.
and same with
You gotta
body
peep that
language. So
shit.
it's all
Uh-huh.
frequency.
Mhm.
Even a smile. You see someone with an evil smile, they be like, or
All tense
they're
up
like,
and shit.
or they'll be like a psychotic. They're happy like because it's like they're like in a manic fucking like crazed murderous state where they want to just kill and just.
It's funny. That's a good observation. Shit, I'm gonna use that shit. I'm gonna try that out. That's good though. Like especially like if you're like in a like I guess that's good street smarts too. Cause like if you're out and about and like if you know someone like has a bad agenda, you can sense it and then you could like like observe their facial features and shit. Like even you said um you judge a book by its cover because most of the time like you're accurate. You know, like your intuition's spot on.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, especially in this day and age, you have to judge a book by its cover.
really.
I'm not saying do it 100% of the time, and
Mhm.
oh, like obviously use discretion and use your intuition, but at least 99% of the time, if it looks like a duck, smells like a duck, it's a fucking duck. So always remember that in this day and age when you're going out here dealing with these people, because social media is one of the major reasons why I even say this because right now everybody is on social media and it's only going to get worse as time goes on. More and more people are going to be hooked up to social media, and when I say social media, I'm saying like this is the new TV. So in some cases, this is actually worse than TV. In some cases, depending on what people are watching, this is actually worse in some cases. And the more and more people that are on social media, the more programmed people are going to get because people somehow think that only the television and Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network programs you know. There's all types of programming. You can even get programmed from spiritual videos. Like a lot of people who talk about conspiracy and consciousness, they watch them so long that there's certain lingos and certain things that we may even say based upon we pick up on other YouTubers that speak the same shit we're in. So this is something we all do, but most people are watching bullshit. So that's where the problem is. And now it makes everyone more synthetic. Everything's artificial. Nothing is really organic. The human mind is becoming like more predictable. And now they're going to be creating AI. They can make the AI is going to be able to work so good with the people because the average person is a dumbass. The average person doesn't have no creativity. They don't have no ambition. They don't have no um they don't have no mind of their own, the average person. So if you could create an AI that can pretty much predict, they're gonna have AI that's gonna be able to predict what you're gonna do tomorrow. based upon the series of events you've done, and it knowing what you did, it can predict what you're going to do tomorrow. Literally, they're going to be able to have AI, so now they can run when they want to run like for criminals, or if they have investigators who want to get some info on somebody for whatever reason, they can have AI run a course on this individual depending on what systems this person is in or whatever. Like if their name is in the database or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shit runs
it's
deep.
just yeah.
Shit. What's What's cool though, it's kind of off topic, but it's cool. But the thing with your exercises with like yoga, qigong, and breath work, I feel like that could be life changing for everyone because let's say for example, like, if they're bored or like they have nothing going on, like on the weekend or something, then they could do those exercises and then they'll constantly be like occupied, and it's better than too, But what sucks is that
Yeah,
these 9 to 5 jobs though, and since time is speeding up, that it just wastes your time pretty much, and like it drains your energy. Versus like if you have more free time, you could do more of these exercises and you could just better yourself. That was sucks about
yeah,
these 9 to 5 jobs. Shit sucks.
yeah, but just look at it like this. I look at it like we have all the tools necessary to complete what we need to complete.
Hmm.
That's how I like to look at life. At any given moment, you have everything you need to go to the next level. So you don't even need to worry about time speeding up, or I don't have enough time. Just do what you got to do, what you feel like you need to do, and do that every day. And you're gonna see how life shape and forms. Because it's like when you work with yourself and show love to yourself, then the universe, the spirit will work with you. It's like you work for if you put in some work,
Hmm.
there's going to be another energy that's going to help you. It's not you're not all on your own. Don't think you got to do everything. Like you just got to put in some work
Yeah.
and just keep putting it in, and then things are going to happen to you that are just going to help you along your path, and it's going to be like an aid, a help. You're not alone on this path. You're going to have help. So don't be like tripping, thinking like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this. Don't even worry. Like don't even stress. The only thing you should stress about is you not getting out of your desires and completing your purpose. That's the only thing you should really need to stress about. Every other stress, that's a synthetic stress. That's a synthetic thought created by these people who run this world, who create these programs. They create all these fake emotions, these fake programs and shit that they want you to think and believe. Like fuck them.
Real shit. Yep. Yep. And, so I got one question. For since you do like a lot of like breath work and like you become a breatharian, like is I think that's kind of powerful too. Like you don't need to eat as much, And so like obviously as that when that happens, like you build up more energy. I feel like that's very powerful versus the average person who like they'll get hungry in like 2 hours, 3 hours, versus like because you have more like body. I don't know what's the word, like more strength in your body, mental, physical, because you don't need to eat as much, you know.
Mental strength, physical strength, the same amount as
Hmm.
what I before, because I haven't really been doing any exercises or going to the gym. So my physical strength's still the same. It hasn't affected that at all. If I was going to the gym and doing it, my strength would go up because I was going to the gym. But it doesn't even affect it. It doesn't take away from it at all.
Like your
So
body naturally adjusts and stuff. Like as time
yeah,
gets better.
over time, you in the beginning you will lose weight, but you over time you keep doing it, it's gonna
Yeah.
stabilize. They call it
Cool.
it's called stabilization, like your weight stabilizes, and then from there you can build muscle if you want to go to the gym and work out. It's not like you have to be skinny and be a breatharian. If you see a lot of breatharians that are skinny, that's just because they don't like to work out. Like there's people who fucking eat who don't like to work out. Haven't you heard of a fat ass?
Bro. Yeah. That's true. That fat ass. Yeah.
So it's like the strength is still the same. Everything, if anything, probably a little stronger. Because the key gong, I'm like I feel more like I feel more electrified. Like it feels like my body's like charged up. Like my move, like when I push,
Mhm.
it's more push
Yeah.
compared to before. Like it's like I'm able to move more. It's weird. Like even when I'm like put my hand on my face, like when you do this, a lot of you guys like You may not notice a difference because you're always putting your hand, but it's so light. Like I don't even feel my hand moving. Like I don't even feel my hand moving. Like that's how light, because like my body's so energized. They say it's from the prana, but like I said, I'm still like on the fence about if that's actually prana or if it's an inner mechanism of a body. But from the so called prana energizes you, which energizes all the organs and everything, which is the qigong, which you're harnessing energy. Which is this is what they say. So that's what that's their narrative of it. But that. I don't believe that. I feel like this is something our body is doing within. Like our body is the only thing we need. There's nothing in the atmosphere that we're taking. I feel like it's just we're just doing it.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Yep. Good stuff. Good
And
stuff.
yeah, and even if you want to say there is something in the atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
you still need a human body to harness the energy. You can't harness it with a fucking anal bead. Like you need a human body.
Funny.
You know what I'm saying?
You funny, bro.
Like you really
You like you have the most funniest examples, but like,
like you
it's
have
funny.
like you need a human body to like harness it. You can't harness it with just anything.
That's so random. I respect that. Oh yeah. Oh hey, I saw your profile picture. Your old cat. Remember like the black cat? His name Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool picture.
Oh, the
Your
old one.
cat
Oh,
looks so
yeah.
spiritual, man. Your cat looks spiritual. I seen the eyes and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like yellow.
He's
Looks so
he's
spiritual.
gone. Yeah, he's not around. She's not around no more.
That's not
Because
good.
she was getting attacked because
Yeah.
from other cats, and where I was staying at, they didn't want her in, so she had to be outside, and she kept getting a fucking attacked
Mhm.
by the other stray cats, and I couldn't bring her in.
Yeah.
And then so it was the Mexican lady across the street. They didn't even really know English. They they took the cat in, and I'm actually glad they took the cat in because it would have gotten killed out there, and it was cold as fuck when it was outside.
Oh
So
man.
I'm actually glad they took her in, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
Hopefully
Yeah,
they
it is
take care
good.
of the cat. That's good though. At least you still got pictures of the cat. You know. I like
Yeah,
that profile picture. It's cool. It's a cool cat. You name it Cat. It's funny.
that
So you're so
cat
funny,
was
bro.
because me. I'm not really like into pets. Really, the only time I ever have a pet is like if it's some type of like spiritual thing. Like it's like the back in 2020 when I first moved into my first apartment. It was an apartment I was staying at.
Uh-huh.
There was a black and white cat, the same color as that cat, in the
Hmm.
front door. Like probably like a week after we moved in, and we came to our door and shit. And I remember he always used to come to me and out of nowhere. And then this was the apartment we moved in, and we stayed there for like I think 3 years. And then we moved to the apartment, which is where that other cat was. And a week later, it was the same fucking cat. No, not the same cat, but the same color. And it was a cat coming to the door. And every time I
Hmm.
go outside, it will follow me everywhere. Like you know how dogs follow their owner? It's a fucking
Yeah.
cat following like a human. Like when do you see a cat following a human? That's hella weird. Even like the neighbors are like, "What the fuck is this cat doing?" Like because dogs, you think dogs follow like owners and they follow people, but a cat that's weird. Like you don't see no cat following anyone.
I
Cat
think
was
you got it
following me
on video
everywhere.
too. Yeah, I remember. I think you got it on
Yeah,
video too. It's crazy. That's cool though. That means the cat trusts you, especially for a cat, because cats it's hard for cats to trust humans for some reason. But like that cat
yeah,
follows you for like
yeah.
super spiritual
That,
shit going on, you know?
yeah, that cat was a smart cat. I think it was tapped in. It had to be because first of all, it was a stray cat. They say stray animals are usually like more. Those are usually like humans. They were once humans, or they're more advanced, and they came back to be an animal. So they're more on the knowledge side than a regular animal that's just new. More so as a stray cat. So I knew for it being stray, it probably had a human body once, or it was on a certain level was aware more than the average animal. And it was always like not only me, the whole because before I came there, everybody was fucking with that cat. Like that cat would go to different houses and start meowing and shit, and it would be get like the whole fucking like it was like the community cat at first. Everybody would just deal with it, like fuck with it, and give it food and everything. Like it knew like how they was smart to go around and like get shit from humans. Like people gotta was giving it food, and like it's not dumb because like most cats and animals, they want people to give it food. But for a cat to go and be able to do that means has more knowledge than the other cats. The other cats, they may not be as spiritual because they'll run away because they get scared. So that shows you they're probably more of a newer. Whereas he wasn't as scared, so he was able to understand on a level that okay, human beings aren't gonna just come and just kill me for no fucking reason. You're not scared of a regular human because so like walking down the street because that's not normal. So for the cat to not to trust me like that compared to the other cats shows that he's more on a spiritual side. It's more of an aware cat. Probably had a human experience or other
Bro.
experience as a cat, and they're used to it.
Yeah, right. Bro, that's some interesting stuff right there. Hell yeah. Well, hell yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Chauncey One. I gotta head out,
Yeah,
man. But, like, it was cool. I'm so glad I'm able to join, man. Like all the stuff you
yeah,
were
for sure.
speaking, like I needed that, man. Like for real.
Yeah, but John, I'm gonna keep the upload too. I'm gonna keep. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna catch the replay and everything for anyone who missed it in the beginning.
Appreciate it, man. This is some valuable
Yeah, and
information, man.
if you guys can't share, like the channel, thank you very much. I want to also thank you for shouting me out and promoting
Of
me
course.
on your platform. I seen that.
Anytime, man.
Thank
I,
you
I
very
rock with
much.
you, man.
I
Of
appreciate
course.
that.
Yeah.
I
I
appreciate
just I
that.
can't help it because like I resonate with your stuff, man. And you like you're funny as hell too. So always gotta
Yeah,
share it, man. I be showing you like
for
my friends
real.
like in person. It's funny.
Okay, what for real? You be showing your friends in real life that you be people in your personal life?
Sometimes like yeah, like at work and stuff, cause like I be bored at
Oh
work, so
shit!
like no, cause like bro,
Oh
like
shit! I'm
I
surprised. 'Cause,
I be
uh,
watching your videos at work and I be fucking laughing because like I be bored, so like I'll just watch your shit. Like sometimes I'll get like distracted. I watch in the car while I'm breaking stuff. Like while I'm working, like I put my headphones just watch it. I be fucking laughing and shit. But like, you be
yeah,
speaking some real shit. So like sometimes like I'll show my friends like, hey, I watch this channel and stuff, and like they'll be laughing too sometimes. So it's cool. I show them too.
yeah. I'm just surprised you showing like because most people be scared to show my channel 'cause the amount of cussing I do and everything. Like, I probably gotta tone it down a little. I
No,
probably gotta tone it down a little though. Because I want to get the message out. I don't want people because there's a lot of good information I have, and I don't want it to get overseen because somebody's so sensitive and shit. But don't get me wrong, like, I'm still gonna cuss, but I'm not gonna. Like I want to. Like my main thing is to get the message out. Like really, like
hmm Yeah,
because I'm not trying to like offend anyone at the end of the day. It's not. It's all about trying to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Some
like how
people don't though.
you freaking like you break it down to where we understand it too. That's why I noticed like other like sometimes other channels is hard to break it down, but you can break it down to where we understand it, you know, and like you use some humor onto it. Well, at least I find it funny, but you know how to break it
Yeah.
down. Yeah, but all right, man. It's good to join with you, man.
All right then,
Be
man.
great.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Stay easy. Yep. But yeah, man. And that's that. This shit was crazy, man. Like yeah. But I think I'm about to end this live stream. And if you guys can like and share the channel, like I don't know what the fuck's going on, but they still fucking with my subscribers. My subscribers will go up. They always go up and down. I go be like 444, 443, or like if I'm at like 450 or 100, it'll go 99, 100, and it'll just stay there. Like my shit, it doesn't even go up like everyone else. So like they're fucking with my subscribers, which I don't really even give a fuck to be honest. Yeah, I don't really care. It is what it is. Yeah, but yeah, guys. I think that's all I gotta say for this video right here. Unless anybody else got any questions. Shit. Not even questions, like about anything. Like I say questions, you don't even have to ask me a question. You can just be about anything. Like about fucking like, whatever. It doesn't have to be a question. Because some people they don't really have questions and shit, but oh man. Feels good. This air feels hella good. There's about to be a heat wave tomorrow. The Qigong is a very, very see even me just doing this right now, man. This is generating a lot of energy right now. I'm generating energy right now just by doing this movement. It's crazy. Like the best way I can say this is, you know how they have photosynthesis with plants. I don't even like to say that because I don't even believe in photosynthesis. Like, but whatever that they say photosynthesis is with the plant, that there's just one breatharian called Ella Tom. He quoted building key energy like photosynthesis. But I don't. When it comes to science, I don't believe science. So whatever they say about what photosynthesis is, I feel like that's just their interpretation of it. But I get what he's saying. Like, as far as we know, when it comes to what they say science is, you don't know that shit. Because whatever they say is a theory. It's not even a real thing. So he says this is photosynthesis for humans, but me, the way I say it, I feel like this is all happening within me. I don't feel like there's anything really out there that's really doing anything. And anything that's out there, my body is it's assimilating it. It's transforming it. But just this little movement right here is I can feel the energy. Like even my hands starting to feel. Because the more you do this, the more your energy feel. Like my hands even feel warm right now just doing this. It's crazy. Even just like holding my hand like this. Because once you start practicing this Qigong, you can just be in public and start doing it. Like if you're just in public and you want to do Qigong, I call this Qigong, but like it's like if you're like in the waiting room or if you're in public, just get your nails and just do this. Just do that. And once you feel it vibrate, that's energy. You're building energy. Just do this when you're feeling stressed. You're just in public. You're just waiting. Get your nails. Just rub them together. Do that right now. Just do it right now. Feel it. Let go. You feel that vibration? That's energy. So imagine you doing this every single day for a year, 2 years. I'm not talking about for a week. I'm not talking about for 2 weeks. Because when you type in Qigong on yoga, when you type in Qigong on YouTube, and you see all these testimonials of Qigong, these are people who only did it for 1 week, 2 weeks, a month. There's nobody I see that has really done it for a long period of time. Like, and when you see a lot of people who do it, like it's like the astrology community. There's only a few good astrologers, but most of the astrologers are weak. That's how it is with the Qigong. Like there's only a few Qigong people that I listen to. There's this one brother, I forgot his name. I watch his channel. Anytime you want to learn Qigong and like any type of breath work from any practitioner, I highly suggest that practitioner be on a path of breatharian, raw fruit, vegan, or liquid diet, liquidarian. I'm not saying you shouldn't or you can't, but because I see some people teaching Qigong, but they're not breatharian, they're not Qi, they're like a regular person and they do Qigong, which is nothing wrong with it, but I feel like those people aren't gonna make you able to tap in to the deepest parts of Qigong to defy limitation of the body because they're just using it to just feel calm and feel good. We want to, in this channel, what I'm trying to do is use it to defy limitations so we can go very little time without food, drink, sleep. We can withstand cold, hot air, the cold air, hot air, weather. It's not a problem because we have this energy. And you do this by having an intention and doing these practices daily, as well as fasting, meditation, and your other things. Connect all this together over a course of time, you're going to change. This is a lifestyle. This is fasting, Qigong, yoga. All of them is the same. None of it's better than the others. It's the same. Are you going to say your nose is better than your lip? I'm going to cut off my nose, but I'm going to leave my lip. At least I have my nose. Niggas, you need both of them. Yoga, Qigong, fasting. They're all the same. None is better. I don't like anyone more. They're all the same. They all get you to healing. That's really everything you need to get healed. Qigong, fasting, yoga. That's it. I am not saying herbs, apples, fruits, veggies. I'm not saying those don't help or those don't heal. But even if they do heal, which they do, you still got to spend money. You still got to go to a grocery store. You still got to worry about if there's pesticides on it unless you grew it yourself. And then even then, if you are eating that, if you have a bunch of parasites in you and you addicted to junk food, the healthy food won't even help you because you got to first cleanse yourself. So the healthy food, it will help you, but you're not going to feel full from it. Therefore, it's going to lead you to have a cheat day because you're not going to feel full from eating apples because you haven't deprogrammed all the parasites in your mind and healed your spiritual body. Damn, loud ass fucking Jeep. You haven't done that. So this is where that comes in. But there's nothing wrong with eating healthy and all that. But like I said, we're trying to become free, take back our freedom. All you guys complaining about inflation and food costs, and you don't have to pay for that shit. You don't have to, or you don't have to pay as much money for it. And you spend $100 of let's say somebody spends $800 a month on food. If you're a breatharian, you shouldn't spend anything. Or if you got to spend something, you should probably spend like $50 a month. Just get some juices and some fucking peanuts, and then you straight. Or some fruit, whatever. You shouldn't even be spending that much money on food. Damn, that nigga needs to slow the fuck down. Damn. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. This was a good live. I'm gonna come at you guys with some more Qigong videos tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. Probably in a few days. I'll come back on another one. And yeah, I am going to be doing a long fast, a very long fast. Because the other fast I'll probably do like 4 or 5 days. But this one I'm gonna do an extended fast. And if I do a fast and it's over like 6, 7 days or like 7, 8 days, depending because I haven't done an extended fast in a while. Because I'll do a 5 day, then I'll stop, then I'll do a 6, then I'll stop, then I'll do a 3. I'll do those, but I want to do. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm doing like 3 weeks without needing to eat and beast before eating again. And if I do that in the beginning, I may have because my energy sometimes if I go on an extended fast, my energy may get low. And if my energy gets low, then the Qigong sometimes gets too much. Like I won't even have the energy. But that's only gonna last me that one time. Like after I keep doing the fast. Like if I do a 13-day fast and I'm on day 13, I may feel that way the first time, but the next 13-day fast I did, I'll have the energy because my body's used to it. So it's not like it's permanent. It just my body gets used to it. But that's why I kind of want to not want to make my fast too long, so I have the energy to do the Qigong. But what I am gonna do is I'm just gonna do the Qigong and then do the fast. And then if I don't have the energy, then I'm not gonna do the Qigong because the fasting at this point, that within itself is a Qigong session. Because like if I'm on day 7 and I don't do the Qigong and I go on a 3-day fast from day 7, my mind the blockages are gonna be releasing from the fast. So it'll make up for the Qigong because the blockage is going to be releasing from the fast. But the thing is, when you get off the fast, you have to start back with the Qigong. Don't lax on the Qigong because the Qigong, like me, I'm at a point right now where I can't even not do it. Like the only reason I would ever skip out on a Qigong session is because some shit happened I didn't have time. Like literally, I'm hoping I want to have the time to do this. It's like there's nothing that's gonna stop me other than some bullshit that's taking my time away. And I've structured my life in a way where there's very minimal of that shit. So there's no excuse for me to be laxing on Qigong. The weather's nice as fuck right now. It's the best time to do it. I be doing my shit early in the morning. I wake up probably like 5, 6 in the morning. The sun is out and it's still hot as fuck outside. So that's why it's best to do it in the morning during the summer because it's not cold and everything. Go outside, it's still warm. Do my little shit. Yeah. Yeah, this shit's fun though, man. It's good. I guess you gotta enjoy the journey. That's the thing. Enjoy the journey. Don't think about the destination. Don't think about, oh, I'm gonna be healed. I want to be this and that. Don't think about all that because wherever you're trying to get to, you guys got to understand that it's a process to get to where you want to get to. A lot of you guys say you want to be rich, you want to be healthy, you want to be whatever. But in order to get up here, if you're down here and you're trying to get up here, a lot of you guys are down here and you're expecting to just go take a shortcut and go up here. But you're forgetting you have to go up here and then you get up here. When you go up here, when you go up here, you're having all these experiences. So by the time you get up here, you're able to treat this position with a certain level of clarity and not make mistakes and not have nobody screw you over or take advantage of all the blessings you got because you went through the experience. Once you take the shortcut, you end up losing a lot of things, and you may get some money, you get something, you lose it, or you may have a fear of certain things, or you feel like it's so hard to uphold and maintain something, and you're like, why I got all these responsibilities because you didn't do it the right way. When you go through the slow procedure, yeah, this is hard, but by the time you get up here, all of this hard work, look at this hard work as ammunition, and anybody that tries to attack you, you'll be able to attack them with your ammunition, all the hard work. And all that hard work, it manifests as your knowledge, your wisdom, your confidence, your clarity, your assurance of self. You know what the fuck you are, where you're going. Nobody can tell you shit. All these bots, they don't know shit. They're still confused. They're gonna try to tell you lies. Or you think you changed. Or, bitch, I did change. I changed for the better. And you about to change out of my view because I'm about to get you the fuck up out of here. So I don't see you no more. So always remember that. And usually by the time you go through all the hard work to get up here, you're not even looking at the success the same way as when you were over here or when you were down here. The success is different. You look at it differently. You still enjoy it, but you don't look at it the same way. By the time you get to the success up here, fucking shit, nigga, like you got other plans. You trying to worry about this, that, and this, and all the things you were worrying about, this dumb shit. Or I want to go on vacation, or I want to do that shit. Ain't nothing. Like you don't care about that shit no more. Like because you guys think you care about a lot of shit. You just don't know yourself. Once you know yourself, then this is why there's a lot of censorship, and they don't want you to know who you are. Because if you knew who you are, if a lot of people, imagine if like 80% of people just woke up and knew who the fuck they were. You know how much money Nike, fucking Gucci, and these car companies like Ford and Dodge. Imagine how much money they will lose in all these fucking material out of even video game industry. Who the fuck will waste their money on video game? Majority of people who play video games are people who are depressed. And this is not just me just saying this. Is actually I seen this with my eyes. Most people who play video games are usually depressed and lacking something in life, so they need to escape into another world, and they tell themselves, well, it's because there's nothing better to do, or I just like to do this to have fun. But in reality, it's because they can't live the life they want to live, so they have to live it in a virtual world. So if everyone was awake, we'll be living the life we want to live because we'll be doing our purpose. So therefore, nobody will even be playing video games as much. If people do play, it'll be like you pick it up, play for like an hour. Like it'll be something, and they won't make as much money. It won't be as profitable. This goes with car companies, everything. A lot of taxes that go to the government, go to your city, your local city politician. They're not going to get a certain money. certain tax won't go to them because certain people aren't working, or they're not paying certain taxes because they're not producing or they're not doing something. So they don't want people waking up, because once people wake up, then they're gonna go to their purpose, and then their purpose is not gonna have anything to do with building this fucking system. And it will be forced for like the system to change from what this is right now. Like this shit, because the only reason this system exists is because people are asleep and people are ignorant. That's the only reason it exists. He said, bro, I needed to hear this because I feel like I'm missing out in life. When it comes to going out and partying, I understand. Like, at one point, I felt like I was missing out. But what happened with me is I realized that none of that shit really is important. Like, if it was really important, I would be doing it. Like, and if I really wanted to do it, I would have done it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you haven't done it, that means it wasn't important. Because if it was really important, you would have made sure you done it, or you would have manifested a situation where it would have happened. I don't regret anything. Like, you don't, like I said, like, and like I said, like, if you feel like you're missing out on life, all you got to do is just work on self and take care of yourself, and then the universe will bring you that life with you. Because which is better, to miss out on life and complain and cry about it? Not saying you're crying about it, but like just complain about it like most people do, or to actually do what you don't want to do, and then eventually 2 years down the road you get what you want. Because imagine, like, right now, a lot of you guys are in a position right now that you don't have to be in. Nobody's going to tell you this, but you don't have to be in a position you're in. You shouldn't have been in the position you're in. If you were to do what you were supposed to do 3 years ago, imagine where you're at, where you'll be at right now. You don't even have to be in this position right now. It's because you didn't do nothing. But then you think you need to be in this position because you see all these other people on YouTube talking about, oh, inflation, and nobody can make it, and everyone's struggling. They get people like that so people can feel like it's a reason for me not to do shit. Just like they had the fucking pandemic. Remember when they told everybody to stay indoors and quarantine, and once they said that, all the kids didn't have to go to school. Now, during that time, that was a time to actually take up a trade, or not a trade, but a skill, master a skill, or do something, learn a new fucking thing, or start a business, or really master your health or whatever. Like, nobody did any of that. Everyone used that as an excuse to watch Netflix. There was a fucking dude who he had a news article and went viral because he got like over like 50,000 Xbox achievements in like a fucking week span, and it was like a world record. I'm like, this nigga wasted his time playing video games, and they were marketing stupid shit like that during the pandemic. I remember making people feel like, well, I'm just gonna play video game, and people were bragging, or no, they weren't bragging, but they were like saying like, oh, I watched everything on Netflix because they had us quarantined. There's nothing to watch. Or I've played all the games and there's nothing to play. And then they will say this like there's nothing to do. I've watched and played everything. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga? You haven't even done anything. You just watching and playing video games. You didn't do shit. So there's everything in the world to do. What the fuck are you talking about? There's nothing to fucking watch, nigga. Watch your fucking life. Like, watch, I don't know, nigga. Like, watch something that's more important than video games and fucking Netflix. That shit's crazy. And then now, fast forward 3 years later, imagine if you took that pandemic time and picked up something and did something and mastered it till now. Even people who got the $1,200, imagine you put that $1,200 and you put that shit in Bitcoin. Bitcoin was out like fucking $12,000. If you got that $1,200 stimulus and put it in Bitcoin, that shit probably been like another 1,000. You probably would have made 1,000 or more. Not saying somebody could have done it, but like, I'm just telling you guys an example, like what you could have done to get yourself right now. And don't feel guilty, because right now we in 2024. In 2027, you better believe there's gonna be people on YouTube talking about how they hate life and this and that, but yet it's shit they could have done right now. If anything, that's gonna be worse in 3 years from now. It's gonna be worse. People are gonna be more depressed. People are gonna be more sick because in this life you're either thriving or you're failing. Thriving or failing. That's one thing. One thing I like. Me, I learn from everything. Like I see a lot of crackheads, right, and a lot of homeless people. They be crackheads walking, and I see some of these crackheads, man, and they will look like. I see a person on the street, and he'll look like a normal person. I seen this one female. She looked like a normal person. She looked kind of good. She looked kind of stuck up and shit. I remember seeing her, and she was on drugs. I remember when I seen her, and it's funny. Like I just seen her recently. And like this bitch looks ugly as fuck and looks like tweaking and talking to herself. And then just a year ago, this female looked like a normal female. She looked like a regular female, and like she looked kind of good too. And then now she's tweaking, talking, and she looked ugly. And I'm like, all those people that you see on the street that look like zombies, these are real normal people. Even when you like talk to these motherfuckers, like they look like they're out of it, but nah, like because they decline over time. You either get better or you get worse. It's the same with everything in life. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. There's no in between. There's no comfortable sweet spot. Oh, I'm just chilling and I'm mediocre, average. There's none of that. It's you get better or you're getting worse. So as time goes, this is why right now you seeing the inflate, like they say Gen Z is depressed, and they want to say it's because of the government and Gen Z doesn't want to work. No, the main reason Gen Z and all them motherfuckers are depressed is because they're not acknowledging their spiritual purpose. They're not acknowledging what they came down here to do. Most Gen Z just want to obtain. They just want to attain to their desires, eat, sleep, have free internet, Wi-Fi, and fucking just chill and relax all day. That's what they want to do. And this is not this world. You can't do that. Not. And I'm not saying you can't do it because you don't got money or you're broke. I'm saying it even if you're rich and you had all the money, you still can't do that. Like a billionaire has billions of dollars. He can't just sit on his ass all day. He got to be doing some shit, being productive. Otherwise, shit's gonna happen. He's a billionaire. He has a lot of people that depend on him for whatever the fuck he's doing to help keep this system running. So he got shit he got to do. Nobody can just really sit. If the people who run this country, if they sit and chill on their ass too long, nigga, we gonna wake the fuck up and take this bitch down. They gotta think of another fake ass Donald Trump assassination or a pandemic, something on their toes. And because especially right now with channels like mine, like they gotta be on their P's and Q's, nigga. Ain't no everybody's fucking working 9 to 5, nigga. Even niggas running this shit, keeping this shit under control, so people don't wake the fuck up because they already having a time with these YouTubers waking up, tapping at it because they had it kind of locked down, but we're in a time right now where it's like the Aquarius energy is really it's so we're deep in it that it's affecting everyone. The people who run this shit, the people, everything. So, like, this shit ain't no. Everyone has to really be on their shit. Nobody's really just chilling right now. The people who run this shit, they got work to do. We got fucking work. Everyone got fucking work, really, nigga. The people who think that it's not working and just chill, those are the people who are gonna fucking fail at life because they got it all twisted, thinking that this is supposed to be just chill and we supposed to have fun. You didn't get that shit, but from Disney. Disney is what taught you that life is supposed to be just sweet and all lolly doll and shit. That's the only reason you got that life. The good guy wins. Life is supposed to be like a fucking never-ending happy dream. That's Disney. Where else is it from? You didn't get it from cartoons and the Disney. The good guy wins is a nice happy scenery and everyone's happy. You guys gotta know what's going on. Shout out to Shy Native. What's good with it? Chi Native. I'm native to the Chi. Even he got it in his name. Chi Native, nigga. He got it in his name. Native to the Chi. But like I said, guys, I'm probably gonna end this live stream. This is a good little build with everyone. Shout out to everyone who joined and everyone in the room. And Yeah, I'm out. I'll be back in a couple days. I'll probably do another Qigong session. Yeah, I mean, it's about to be hot as fuck, so I'll probably do it early in the morning and at night. But I'm out, guys. Peace.